Who do you think you are? Ha ha ha, bless your soul. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Just like you. My hero has a heart to the light I believe. All right. Someone in class put this in the suggestion box. We actually listened to this whole live last night. Not the whole thing, but parts of it. But I remember that section. They posted a clip from the Tim Pool show, and then someone suggested that clip. It's titled Tim Pool Debates Flock Cam Advocate. They violate our rights. This is on Timcast IRL. It's a 47-minute clip from their live last night. So someone in class had this in the suggestion box. And they're being wise guys. They said, do you guys want to watch these young guns? Discuss flock cameras. How some people feel like it violates their rights. And this is an example as to how not only are the public school children not being educated properly, they've obviously been feeding them still the same BS, and it got worse. I think they kind of, maybe to bring those kind of entities together peacefully. Right, and it shows us over and over again. What's the enemy, really? But anyways, they said, do you want to watch these young guns discuss this? And someone else said, oh, you mean entitled rich boys? I think that's kind of mean. They seem nice. Actually, Tim seems pretty smart. He seems like a pretty smart, caring, cool kind of dude, you know? Didn't his house get shot at like a year ago or something? Yeah, and all that crap with the Alex Jones stuff was going on, and one of the guys that worked for him got shot in his parking lot, killed. Right, and they've all been kind of reporting on the peddling of certain things going back to the 90s, really. Alex Jones, InfoWars stuff. You can see how it covers a whole vast of different things, and just like with the YouTubers, some are getting the Karen, non-vaxxer bully, cartel investigations, 9/11. Right, when you start to see it and understand those things, hopefully the slugs that exist that have been lying and playing people for fools and taking advantage of their positions within different systems of media, law, healthcare. It's so sickening. It's so sad. And you have these punks that get away with murder and abuse of children all the time. See how none of them, we're not talking about any of them. There's a lot of people in the traveling bands of info, media, chop shop, sales, marketing, and as you can see, Mr. Jones is very heavily connected to those sales and marketing groups as well. And then when Joe Rogan's going off about the shit he's been going off about for years, Why? I mean, not to be mean. I think they have good intentions, right? And wanting to help people and just trying to understand levels of society, and that's their level, right? Yeah, it takes a while. Sometimes they say 3 to 5 years of kind of doing some research, and it doesn't have to, though. It can happen very quickly if you're aware enough and you don't have a lot of vices or anything at stake. For some, accepting the truth, it's not good. You can't do anything about a lot of those hostage situations where we have people that should be put in jail for years and given the death penalty, and you can't do anything about it, and they have custody of children. That's called a hostage situation. Do you understand? All right, so yeah, we'll listen to these young guns again. It is. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's sad too. It's frustrating. It's annoying. It's angering, and they should be angry too. Some seem to be angry about things they shouldn't, and I think some are just expressing the views of others that they're around, hoping that we call them out. Because then by calling them out, we call out the whole... Do you see what I mean? So it's like Starsky and Hutch kind of stuff, but we don't know each other. It's like a long distance awareness. Have you ever seen Fievel Goes West? Huh. DuckTales?
I'm relatively pro-flock.
What have they been teaching you guys? I can't do this.
Flock is bad, but the issue is that Flock is also First Amendment. I made this point in the piece I wrote about it. I also think it has potential to do some good. And if we
Let's go, Aphrodite.
Oh, I don't think so. Good. Oh, yeah.
Afro, get it? Afro.
It's already helping find.
I've not thought it through, but I'm going to tell you you're wrong, because a cohort of conspiracy people will send me praise and money if I just say
That's
it's
right.
Yeah. I agree. I think there are some areas. So when we had the shooting, we had pitches come in immediately, like, install flock cameras, because then you'll know exactly who's doing it. And we ultimately decided not to do it. The issue is flock cameras absolutely will result in Fourth and Fifth Amendment violations, and they already have. That's the problem. The woman who the cop went to her house and said, "You're getting a summons for stealing a package because Flock said you did." And she said, "I was not there," and it turned out she wasn't there. But here's the thing. When Flock says confirmed and an administrator says go issue the summons, the police don't review evidence.
Right. But so is that on Flock, though? Is that
yes,
on the technology?
It is on the technology. Because cops will also, it's a guarantee that police will violate our Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights. We just want them to be, we want this to be mitigated,
sure,
in some way, accounted for. With Flock, you're saying let's crank it up to past 11. It's gonna happen at scale now.
It's already happening.
Did you see the auto blogger who got pulled over and accused of stealing a car at gunpoint with his wife?
Yeah, it was
they could have shot and killed the guy.
The car was left on the hit list, right?
No. The Flock camera misread the license plate, and
no, I think it was a typo part of the
Flock
entered the
incorrect. The Flock camera scanned the license plate, which was a temporary plate which had 3 big numbers, 2 small numbers, and then 3 big numbers. And the Flock camera didn't see the small numbers, so it entered the vehicle in as the wrong license plate. They were looking for a stolen vehicle, so when the cops scanned the plate, Flock said, "That's the guy who stole the car." They draw their guns on some bumbling white middle-aged guy with his wife.
Look, that's bad, but that's not a Fourth or Fifth Amendment violation, right? Like when the police make a mistake, right? That's not a constitution. Well, yeah, I mean, they
no
wrong
human
car.
mistake. Right. A machine flagged it. No one was.
But the machine didn't pull the car over.
The system being
to take the action.
The system being put in place doesn't have the mechanisms by which humans must check and balance it in that way, and it's not possible to.
What do you mean it's not possible?
If a person witnesses let's say there's like young black guy is in a white tank top and black shorts, smashed the window out, jumped into a car and took off, and the person says, "He stole my car, here's the license plate, here's the car description."
Yeah.
A human can make a mistake. but we know that human entered it in and a mistake had been made, and we can trace that and find accountability.
Sure.
Flock cameras as an entitlement system did this. And no human had the capacity to intervene between the machine deciding someone was a car thief who was a violent, dangerous murderer. The humans all just assumed it was the case, and here's the point. We can hold that one human accountable and say they're not fit for this job. Let me ask you this. If a police officer inputs the wrong data that results in these things, how many times until you fire that person?
Well, I think pretty soon. I mean, especially if it turns out bad.
3 times?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then how about we pitch this? When Flock does this 3 times, we'll shut it off.
But why shut the whole thing off? There's so many, like...
Because it's a singular technological entity, the same as a person is. If a person is making a mistake, we fire them. If Flock is making a mistake, we fire them.
Right, but technology is gonna make mistakes when you
Correct.
begin it, right? So like, but it's also gonna do really good things. Like for example, there was a woman the other day who was driving for Instacart, right, making a delivery. She had her, I think, a 2-year-old child in the back seat. She gets out of the car for a few seconds to bring the groceries to the front door. Carjacker hops into the front seat, takes off with the kid. Right, frantic 911 call, obviously every mother's worst nightmare. They find that car within a few minutes, recover the child safely because the car got a hit on a flock camera they were in.
So this would be, I would argue that your stance is the Otto von Bismarck stance and mine is the Benjamin Franklin or Blackstone stance.
I don't think it's the Blackstone stance, really.
Blackstone stance is that it's better. Indeed.
The 10.
So the idea that we should have a mass surveillance system that does, in numerous instances, falsely accuse people of serious crimes because sometimes,
not sometimes, exponentially more times than...
How many people is it worth being falsely accused of serious crimes, jailed for something?
No, but they didn't get jailed, right? Like, if you're the subject of a felony stop...
I didn't say they weren't. I'm saying how many would you accept?
I would not, I mean, I guess as many as we accept now, right? I mean, like, there are innocent people who are convicted under our current system.
Yeah.
Right? It's not perfect.
Well, let's,
so
infectious
can't be the standard.
Let's bring it to scale.
But it's already at scale. Like, this is one of the problems I have with the way that the flock debate's being sort of run. The fact that we're even calling it the flock debate, right? Flock is a brand of a product. The product being ALPR's automated license plate.
Right, there's actually other companies too. And tons of them got protested. They just adopted the right.
So, like, these things they're not new. Like, ALPRs have been around for a really, really long time, right? Like, the NYPD first launched ALPRs in New York City in 2006. In 2012, Ars Technica was warning us that, you know, ALPRs were already taking millions of our travel records and were going to extinguish our privacy. That was 14 years ago.
Isn't the issue with the modern version of these ALPRs, isn't it the AI behind it that makes that?
I don't think that really changes things for a couple of reasons. One, the AI has been integrated into ALPRs since probably 2011, 12, and so that's not new either. Number one, but all the AI helps it do is better identify other vehicle features beyond the license plate, like the make, model, color, a bumper sticker. You know, if there's like a dent in the back right bumper, it just makes it easier to identify the car that you're actually looking for. Now, it is possible that you might end up looking for the wrong car because of human error, and it's possible that the technology may, in however many million, you know, correct hits, get something wrong. The question is like, how much of the benefit should we just throw out the window? Especially when we're living in a time where police departments around the country are like struggling.
I think this is the question that we have right now is it's like the traditional liberal argument versus the moralist conservative argument. Whereas so I have to put it like this: principles aren't a real thing, and consistency is not a real thing. And conservatives tried to play this line for a long time, and they were completely wrong, and it made their arguments weak. The left's argument is there is no truth but power. They will say whatever they have to and do whatever they have to so that it benefits their worldview and their way of life. So the question that I have to ask people is, do you think that parents should have final say in the health care of their child? You think they do? So when the parents... So no.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what, like, do I think that a parent should be able to not take an infant?
No, hold on. Should parents have the final say in the healthcare of their children, yes or no?
I don't think that's an easy yes or no question. I mean,
what did he say?
If parents should have a say, because they say some parents aren't capable of making safe decisions.
I feel like in that case, then yeah, the state probably should take over.
We have systems in place that kind of keep an eye on those things. Okay, let me see. I think it was on this.
Parents, get your kids durable, machine-washable Skechers Glide Step sneakers.
So those they come on so quick and loud.
Come on in.
What is this? Wait, what is this? Don't skip. It's by A24. I recognize that studio.
Big night plan. Who are you? You should have a seat right there. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Oh.
And we're doing a story on adults who try to meet teens online. You see how this looks, right?
Is it a movie about Chris Hansen?
That's awesome.
loves it.
That's great.
I need to move you to catch a predator. 9 p.m. prime time. Let me think I'm lost.
Stand up.
Do you know what you're auditioning for?
So you are playing a 13-year-old?
Is there time for a rehearsal?
We're gonna shoot the rehearsal.
Come in.
You're gonna love this.
Predator has never earned the recognition it deserves. I want something that matters. No more bottom feeders. All on a whale. Don't you ever just want to bleed them? Maybe what I do is a little worse.
This could be our greatest segment yet. We're going to him. He'll do that. They come to us.
I don't understand what I'm doing here.
What you're doing is more than acting. You're cleansing the world of an ancient evil. Let's get to this predator. Who gave you permission to do this?
You have no plan.
I had to put him on time.
You're gonna be so proud of me.
This is a horror movie? What was that? Did you see that? It flashed on screen? What the hell was that?
Vastly different. What would have happened if I wasn't here?
Oh, interesting.
Might have to see that.
AAA 24. Wow, that's interesting.
When Spain suddenly saw at least 70,000 Africans rushing over their border, the mainstream media immediately stick.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
It's fine.
Okay, I'll show you later. Oops. All good. See how that happens? We were out in the kitchen talking, and I wanted to show him. We were talking about the gloves that the ICE agents were gonna get. He was like, "What?" And he couldn't really understand what I was saying. It sounded like too Star Trek-y for him, like thinking it was probably one of those fake conspiracy theories that moms always into. I was like, so I was like, hold on, I'll just show you before before this gets too gone down the. You might not want to turn back from your mom's crazy. Right, because sometimes they get so into that stupid and crazy that even when they see it, like, no, look, it exists. They'll either still be in denial or try to stop it. We have to stop this. No, not him, though. No, I think he's smart enough to not be like that. Kind of cynical, yeah, right, exactly. The moment that came on, he's like, what's this? It's the music. I don't know if it's the music and the kind of... Did you hear that? It was just an ad that came up for that movie. It's interesting. Yeah, have you listened to some of the interviews there? I think, is it Tesh, John Tesh? Is it a few other people that have done interviews with him? I don't know if they're still up. You can check. I know that they were on YouTube. Oh, it's right there. Sally sells seashells down by the seashore. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Take it more seriously. You're right, I am being kind of lax and jovial. Hold on. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Sally sells she sells down by the seashore. The big black bug bit the big black bear, and the big black bear bled black blood. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood could a dinosaur saw if a dinosaur could saw wood? Do you know how to make flan? Do you say flan? Do you like some flan? Is that how you say it? How do you say it? I mastered it long ago. It's really, to tell you the truth, I don't think it's worth the whole process. I think it's fun once in a while just for a timely project you can enjoy. Flan.
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 Sounds like saying flung.
Flan.
Flung. Let's go slower.
Flan.
Flan.
Flan. Flan.
This on a subject, and look, he does take him down there in about 3 seconds or less, and the gentleman there on the ground is a little bit shocked, but he was able to get up.
Just search Adam Carolla Show and hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can also get the podcast wherever you like to listen. And for extra content.
One thing that you'll see me mention many times is that when the officer walks back to the vehicle, see where the body cam is facing. It's refreshing when you see that the officer at least turns to look at the occupant in the vehicle, so your back is only turned for a short period of time. I've even seen and trained where you can walk back to your vehicle and watch the vehicle the entire time, especially if you're getting this person who's refusing to do the tests.
I've always felt like a little bit of a kindred spirit with you.
When a female legislator disagreed with Troy Jackson, he threw a water bottle at her in anger. Jackson was known for bullying, and his brash conduct with women raised alarm bells about his temperament. Troy Jackson, another phony we can't trust.
A couple years ago, Brianna came home and said, "Grandma, I'm really having a hard time seeing in school." So I took her to the eye doctor, and they didn't find anything. They just said she might have a slight stigmatism.
I knew that there was a problem, but I didn't know what was wrong.
After consulting several doctors, Brianna's condition was finally diagnosed.
And that's when they discovered that she had keratoconus.
My understanding is that there is an operation that could help Brianna, is that right?
There is.
How come you guys can't get access to that?
Well, currently I'm dealing with my own health issues. I was diagnosed at the end of April with colon cancer. And so financially speaking, it's difficult. My insurance is going to be running out in March. And so there's, and actually insurance doesn't even take care of this issue. They just don't, it's too new of a procedure for them to be taking care of it.
But this is a procedure that could help her with her vision and prevent this thing from progressing.
It is. It absolutely is. The C3R procedure is a riboflavin procedure that they actually paint on their eyes followed by heat, and that stops the progression. And then the intacts, Brianna's eyes are shaped like a cone right now. And the intacts are like little slivers of contacts. They slip in, and it changes the shape of her eye to help her see.
And that's the procedure she needs.
That is what she needs.
And I imagine it's a terribly expensive procedure.
It is.
And insurances don't cover it.
Correct.
Right.
Oh, Joanna, it takes my breath away.
You would go from this
It's been taking
very
my breath away
stripped
for a while.
down, sort of
Are you the
unplugged
primary
acoustic
caretaker?
I am. I'm her guardian.
cup of coffee, sitting in a booth, no bells or
Brianna's
whistles.
led a very
to
difficult
the really
life.
artistic, interesting
She's had
layer
quite
of
a few
stuff,
ups
and
and
then
downs.
back to the unplugged
Well, Brianna,
acoustic.
when I heard your story, I mean, it's obviously deeply moving, and I really felt like me and this organization and this program could make a difference for you. And I want to tell you, we're going to do this. We're going to fix her eyes. How's your vision now?
I can see 20/20.
I didn't realize that you just got it now, but now you've got to see it.
No, it didn't hurt.
You seem pretty brave with the whole procedure. One of my producers really passed out watching it. Did it bother you? Was it weird?
It was a little irritating.
Sure. And then the entertainment is a plus.
Good move. He's got the spikes out. So you don't see officers do this a lot, but this is good that he got the spikes out.
Falling right back into the same old patterns, huh?
Forever 92?
Love you all the time.
I heard it. When he drove over the spikes, you heard the air start to deflate the tire. So very sharp to see this. You rarely see an officer deploy the spikes right on the beginning of a car stop.
That's clear north on Calvert, passing north units to assist him. Eastbound California, Woodson.
Develop a trust. And that's the kind of thing that either happens or it doesn't. And if it's
Lincoln 9, Zebra 9, Georgia, white color Lexus.
gotten
That's clear and confirming you are in pursuit of the vehicle.
That radio traffic is very interesting and crucial to what we're going to see.
Myself and being in the apprenticeship, this was that opportunity for me. The biggest thing that contributed.
Right, that was so cool, the different stuff.
Was already sitting in a jail cell.
Here. Because one is dispatch is confirming that it's a pursuit and you're not just following. Because if you say pursuit, the P word, there is a policy that you must follow and different things that you have to say on the radio, whether you may have to disengage from the pursuit. So it's really important. Dispatch or the sergeant is going to make the officer confirm whether they're in pursuit or not. You'll notice the officer gave the charges to see if the pursuit should continue. You see me harp on that all the time as far as whether or not a pursuit should continue. I don't say whether it should or not. For you to think about, but definitely the officer that's involved in it. So this is good when you see these kinds of things occurring.
The aggravated fleeing in DWI, Lincoln 9, Zebra 9, George on the white, Lexus, the 292 is in pursuit. Clearing Arbor 92 updated locations.
Northbound Woodson approaching Natural Bridge, speeds at the moment are 75. Light traffic. Signaling to turn eastbound Natural Bridge.
Northbound Woodson signaling the eastbound Natural Bridge.
Eastbound Natural Bridge, speeds at 45, no traffic at this time.
Speeds at 45 and no traffic, eastbound Natural Bridge. William 12 clear.
Northbound Natural still eastbound Natural Bridge. Continuing eastbound Natural Bridge from the spur.
Clear, continuing eastbound past the spur.
all these right here,
passing
those are first to be.
are gone. Right turn.
Calm voice, good stuff.
I think their units speeds are 45 light traffic.
Lead it.
Eastbound on Natural Bridge passing around. No traffic at this time. Speeds are 60.
No traffic, speed 60 passing down.
I'm going to terminate. Have 11. Continue to assist.
Twin 12 terminating, Twin 11 still in it.
Interesting. One of the units that was involved in the pursuit assisting unit terminated himself from the pursuit, and they were asking another unit with a different call sign to stay in it. I'm not sure why this unit decided to do that, but that's his call.
Eastbound on Natural Bridge. Correction, there's cross street. Eastbound Natural Bridge passing here. His tire just went completely flat. Came off. 0 speedy.
Speed 80, tires are flat or off.
Southbound on 170 with Natural Bridge. You can advise those cars from earlier. I'm not sure if they're in the area.
Southbound 170 from Natural Bridge, 2 Charles, 2 units on 170
I
cleared.
think we got pictures of his tires yet.
Dispatch advice, they're also southbound on 170.
Well, the gentleman that found her is down there with truth is. But apparently he didn't do any of this right here.
The woman in that field wasn't a stranger to this area. She was 18, and because of the condition she was left in, it would take days just to confirm her name. Whoever did this didn't only take her life. They tried to make sure that she'd be likely to respond.
Good, I got right here. Fuck. Hey, push me around while I got spare. No.
Shots fired. Anyone injured? They on ramp to southbound 170. They on ramp to southbound 170.
If you want to run on what ramp?
Natural Bridge.
8K1. Direction, description, please.
2013.
Good.
There's a lot of things that went down in this, and the original video is pinned, and there's a description of what occurred. But some things I want to mention, and I've said this in videos before, that there will be officers that are in the middle of this exchange of gunfire. Someone will jump on the radio, shots fired. It's a phenomenon that I just don't necessarily understand it, and I've done it myself. Getting on the radio and saying shots fired is not going to help you address the situation that you're in, because saying shots fired, yeah, you're going to get more units, but again, someone else could say it if you're in the middle of the battle. And another interesting thing is that sometimes officers are so in the mix that they'll come out from behind cover. The officer has a much better view of why he was willing to do that, and it's his decision to make. But when you watch these kinds of things, these are things that when you train, you think about, what are the things I want to make sure of? The radio's not going to be a concern of mine until I make sure that the threat is incapacitated, unless I have a second really quickly to key a mic and say it. And the other thing is, if I have cover, I'm going to stay behind cover, because cover can potentially save and protect me. So in the original post, it says that on this date, October 31st, 2024, the St. Louis County Prosecuting Attorney's Office issued charges against the suspect, Javon Henderson, who's 30 years old. Assault, first-degree, special victim, armed criminal action, and resisting arrest. It appears that none of the officers were hit by rounds that were discharged by the suspect. The suspect was hit and he lived. Detectives located a 9mm semi-automatic pistol and an AR-15 style pistol in the vehicle driven by Henderson. 2 fired 9mm cases were located inside of Henderson's vehicle. A total of 87 were fired, and he was hit, I believe, one time, and the officers weren't hit at all. These kinds of situations with this large amount of exchanges of gunfire, they happen, and it's amazing to me when people aren't more seriously injured. But it goes to show you, what starts off as a misdemeanor car stop can turn into this incredibly dangerous situation. And it was 2 different jurisdictions that were involved in this as well. If you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the video that's on your screen for more content just like this.
Hey, we need to talk. When you're driving, we're watching. We see you glance at your phone or touch up your makeup. You're always sad.
Pay attention.
So why don't you? We appreciate you driving us everywhere, but we get worried sometimes. Our safety depends on you. Depends on you. So think about us in the backseat. Think about us. And drop the distraction. Please, be safe when you're driving. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't just watch the midterms. Trade election outcomes alongside your stocks and options. Best informed investors choose Interactive Brokers.
Well, if I let them go.
Police shift can run the gamut. You can find yourself 1 minute walking an old lady across the street, the next minute taking a boring burglary report, and the next minute sitting next to an alleged murderer and realizing it as you run him on the computer in your patrol car. This is one of those.
Come on, go over here.
It is very irritating when people pull on that side of the road on a busy highway because it is so dangerous.
What are you doing in this lane? Pull to the right. Wait till he's traffic here. We're gonna get hit. And you weren't driving, he was.
I'm glad the officer caught it, but why tell them? Because then they can have a story or know, hell, shoot, he knows I'm not supposed to be driving and then take off. I mean, maybe keep that information to yourself. Just something to think about.
How's it going? Do you have a driver's license with you? I'm Trooper Bishop, State Police K9 Division. You guys got, I need all, you're back there. You got an ID? You don't have one, but
Positioning is something that I have to mention. Leaning in the car like this on the driver's side with all of the busy traffic, this is not, in my opinion, a very tactical position to be in. Not only do we have the challenges of the fast vehicles coming by, but how quickly can we go to any one of the tools on our belt? These are people who haven't been checked. A person has a firearm under their leg, you are not going to even get a draw on that one. In my opinion, the safer position is passenger side away from the vehicles, stand behind as far as you can, and look at everyone's hands and stay back and be ready to go to gun or whatever tool you have to go to. One of them, he mentioned that he's with a K9 unit. Now, if you say you're in K9 and there's dope inside the car, is that going to freak them out and make them jet? Or is that going to make them be more honest? Or there could be an array of reasons. In my opinion, maybe you don't say you're in K9, especially if you're not, because I don't see a dog, but maybe he has one. We'll see.
Where's it at? Oh, you don't have one? Alright, I'll just get your permission. You're fine. Alright, can you roll this window down? You got an ID with you? Why did you guys switch? Just get you down there. Do you have a license or not? Nothing at all? Come on, man. Dude, you're not going to jail, right? I could take you to jail, though. How old are you? Huh? How old are you? Alright, let's go back here and talk. And then I'll, what you got in here? I smell marijuana. You more marijuana here? Huh? Are you sure? Because I'm going to search it. There's 2 other officers coming.
I'm going to search it. Is it wise to tell them you're going to search the car? Does that make them say, okay, let's take off, let's attack, let's engage? Again, not saying that 100% of the time it's not a good idea, but you have to think through these things. When you play poker, how much...
Dirigo Federal Credit Union was born and raised here in Maine. And like Maynard, we're built on grit and a lot of gumption. We know your name, we know your story, because real community starts by knowing one another. Visit us today and experience the Dirigo difference.
Talking about birth control can be awkward. But the more we know, the more confident we are in our decisions. So talk to your doctor.
Much of your hand do you show? And sometimes your interactions with people inside of a vehicle is like poker. How much do you let them know? The other thing is, I got 2 officers coming. Is that also going to amp them up to say that we have to do something? Could you possibly say, well, my partner's right back there running the plate, and make them think that you have a partner that's already there? Letting them know that they have time and potentially work against you. Only constructive things to think about, not saying this is a bad trooper.
Just be honest right now. You ain't gonna go to jail. It's just a ticket. What's that? There's none? I can smell it. Alright, step out, buddy. I gotta get your stuff.
Flashlight in the gun hand, opening the door for the person. This guy is very, very nice, and I think it's good to be nice in policing, but you can be tactically nice. I like tactically nice.
Step back here. Go ahead, put your hands up here. You're not going to jail. You understand that? You be cool with me, I'll be cool with you, alright? You're what? My dad. Yeah, hold on, bud. Let me patch you down real quick.
If we pat the person down with our back to this uncleared vehicle and sandwich between these cars, this is nothing but danger. Can we potentially pull this person to the right quarter panel of the vehicle? We can look both ways, break their power base, get a good grip while we're conducting the pat down. Because officers know if you're about to find something is when they're going to go wild and try to attack you. This can roll in the street, and then we can be tactically nice. Hey, I'm almost done with the pat down. Thank you so much for cooperating, and then have them go back to the front of the car, and we can still watch everything. Again, I think it's nice to be nice, but you can be tactically nice. I want to see officers go home at the end of the shift.
Lighter. Another lighter. What is that, the wrapper? Alright, anything in here? Alright, over here, get your phone. Have a seat right here, bub. I'll get your stuff. Right here? Yeah. Good, put your legs in. Hold on 1 second, let me get your stuff.
This car is still running. From what I see, I believe I saw the keys inside the car, and there's this time lapse where this trooper walks around to his vehicle.
Last name, buddy. So will I, because I'm going to get a picture. zxeee. Yes. First name. Middle.
How these people are tied together.
Date of birth.
Street full of strangers was a small
2005, 9/14.
connection to know each other for years. And one man in particular,
40.
part of this
43.
for the better part of a decade.
Ohio.
Where did you say you're at? I'm just finishing my traffic stop on Touch Your West.
Two things. He heard how long it's going to take for the other unit to come, knows the other unit's not there while he's sitting in the car right there. He also heard a beep on the computer, and I've addressed these beeps and alerts on the computer. Sometimes when warrants come up on computers, there are alert tones that come up on the computer, so we're allowing them to get a whole bunch of intelligence that I would not necessarily want this person to have. Again, I don't know who they are, have not identified them, they don't have an ID. Sometimes handcuffing the person and having them stand outside of the car is another option if you're afraid of them running and getting away. You already have a charge, you saw them switch seats. He doesn't have an ID. Put the keys on top of the car so that that car doesn't take off. There's a lot of things to think about here from a safety perspective. There's also something I'd like to mention. There's a study that the FBI does. It's a phenomenal study. Law enforcement who were killed and assaulted, and they put it out periodically. I've read nearly every single one of them since the 90s when they came out. One interesting thing that they came up with when they started doing these reports is that one of the characteristics of officers who are killed or assaulted is that they're very friendly, likable people. And I am not saying not to be any of those things, but you can be tactically those things. Whenever I get sent these videos, I'm always cringing because I'm like, is something about to happen bad to the officer? So that's why I share these things the way that I do. You can find these reports on the internet, and they're open for the public to read. And there's a lot of good psychological things that you could learn about police officers and police interactions. Police make a lot of fun of FBI agents, but they're really good at doing reports and writing and researching things. And they're also good at investigations. And we have this little fun camaraderie battle that we go back and forth, the feds versus the local cops. But they're really good at a lot of things that they do. And one of them is compiling information and writing these kind of studies.
So wait, what is all this? This is my stuff, like my traffic
Read
stop,
those things that you question.
28s and stuff like that.
Because when you understand those cases and what gets people killed and
Because I'm
sets
trying to
people
learn
up,
86 and a 70.
try to avoid that the
70
best
through
you
here,
can.
man. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then you take it up the next level, you know, when you have different networks and trains.
Okay, that's cool.
It's pretty incredible when you think about it.
What's your name again? Barry. Nice to meet you. Nice meeting you, man. Cool as hell. Well, as long long as you don't.
45, are you on the interstate yet?
But I think I'm gonna just stick to driving in the parking lots from now on.
Yeah. What was your date of birth again?
September 14, 2005.
9/14/2005. What's your address? Where do you live in? Like, what's your...
Illinois right now.
Is that where your parents live?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's their address?
That's what I'm trying to get right now.
And that's Chicago?
Yes, sir. You know, I just was in O-Block.
Chicago.
They are not lying about them kids.
Who?
The kids in O-Block.
What's that?
In Chicago. Where like Lil Durk came off from. They really be walking around with cars.
What's your zip code, dude?
I don't know. I just moved down there. I don't know.
You don't know the zip code?
No, sir.
How tall are you?
6'1", 6'1", 6'2".
Wait.
That I don't know. I probably...
The bills, the mortgage, the demands of life. Nothing stops for the people you love once you're gone. Group Term Life Insurance from WAPA helps provide peace of mind and financial security for those who matter most, so they can keep moving forward.
Hey, this is perfect.
Hardy, Wolf, and Downing will never find us here.
I feel so safe.
They think we can't track them down. You know, a lot of lawyers would just take the settlement. It's not the Hardy, Wolf, and Downing way. I think I missed this class in law school.
Get all the money they owe you.
You really thought we wouldn't find you?
You can't hide from Hardy, Wolf, and Downing? Call Hardy, Wolf, and Downing at 1-800-INJURED. We are Maine's injury lawyers.
That burp is significant, and I've mentioned this in other videos, and I've been on scenes where people have gone through extreme stress, and they make that weird burp like that, and I asked in one of my videos if there's a medical, and the medical people chimed in, and I think it's arophagia, or arophagia, something like that. I think it's something like that, so arophagia, if you can in the comment section, reiterate that when people are super nervous, when you haven't really identified a person, they're sitting in the front seat, and you're trying to identify, and he thinks this information is going to come up on him, this is really interesting. That burp is significant. Put him just. So, yeah, right here. Come on. Hey, step out for a second, dude. Hurry up on. Nope, not right now. You're just being detained, bro, because we're the only ones out here. Huh? You got pulled out of the car because you got switched drivers, man. Hold on, let me double up. Yep. There you go, man. Have a seat, bro. Here, let me get your phone out of the way. Alright. Anything else in your pockets or anything like that I missed? No? So when he said Nationwide to the other officer, I believe a warrant popped up for this subject, and the officer figured it out as he had him sitting next to him while he's running his information on the computer. Yeah, let's get them out. There's, I smell weed in there, so I'm trying to take a quick look. We'll go from there. Females, two females, so. They stopped him, they stopped in the left lane. I saw him jump out, jump in the seat, jump in the front, he jumped in the back. I was like, no, let's play inside. I'm like, come on.
Alright, step out here with me. Both of you are going to need to step out. Just got to back the cars. Right here.
Alright, step on out there. Just step right back there for me. You got anything in your pockets? Guns, knives, or anything like that? Let me see your pocket here real quick. Just your wallet? Okay. Here you go. You put that back in there. Can you, hey, can you pull out your pockets a little bit? Let's see what you got. Nothing? Nothing? Okay. Sit tight for a second, okay? Let me get my flashlight. I'm not a fan of having them reach in the pockets to pull out and just confirm that they don't have anything on them. And some people may think that that's fine. Again, to me, the most tactically nicest, the best and safest manner. Alright, is there anything in there still? Any marijuana? Tell me now, is there anything in there? Nothing to you?
The only thing in there is the stuff in the front seat. That's me and her. That's all.
You don't have anything? Okay.
from?
You just roll all the way.
So, you and John and Cody lived
So what part of
together
Iowa?
for a while?
Dayton?
Yeah.
You got friends up in Chicago?
Not no friends.
No friends?
You know where you're from, Cody, right?
It's my girlfriend.
No, she's up here off 340.
What about him?
My cousin.
You got it is cold. I'm sorry. I got some stuff right here. You can kind of see. I can't think about it. I mean, better than nothing.
Okay, so the green fencing? Okay. So,
That's Bill Thomas's place.
okay. So that's where Phil Thomas and, wait, I'm confused. Is John live there? Is he supposed to live there? Or is he stay there? Or what?
No, you don't stay there. It's Thursday night.
Okay.
He lives with Margot with his girlfriend and his Philip.
Okay, and what are their names?
Christine, something, I don't know her last name is.
Okay.
So this warrantless search is legit. They smelled the marijuana in this jurisdiction apparently at this time in 2024. That was enough PC to be able to search the entire vehicle. Carroll versus US is a 1925 case Supreme Court ruling. I believe it was a 7-2 ruling. And they said that obviously this needs to be an exception. Vehicles are mobile. There's no way that we can expect the evidence to still be there if this mobile thing can go away to someplace else and destroy or remove the evidence. So this is a legit search according to Carroll.
Okay, that's what I was trying to understand. You were trying to keep it hidden. I didn't know the reason why you're keeping it hidden from him.
It's a new era of American shipbuilding.
Okay.
We're expanding manufacturing, incorporating the latest tech, hiring massive teams.
Okay. When's the last time you saw? Does he go by John or Leonard?
One more weekend at the lake, one more road trip, one more scenic drive. Before summer gives way to fall, make every mile count with the VIP Vredestein sale event. Now through August 31st, buy 4 qualifying Vredestein tires and receive a Vredestein Visa prepaid card worth up to $120. Known for European innovation and performance, Vredestein delivers.
Oh, okay. So you can't run enough. So you leave What were you going to say it wasn't? You were going to say something else, but you should cut you off. I'm just trying to make sure I understand where everybody is. Who everybody
John
is.
Leonard was here from early morning to most of the late night after
So he was here for us and okay.
it was like 8 o'clock. I was with him for 10 years, so yeah, I know.
Alright, they can have a seat. Yeah. You guys can back in. No, just get your information here in a minute.
His death.
Whose weed is this, man? I told you I sound like a drug baby. I didn't lie. Oh, dude. You got more?
I don't remember what else it is.
Thanks.
So,
Ohio, Hamilton County.
Oh, no, that's
Sheriff?
Yeah, that's all. I went to jail for that. That's all. That will always pop up.
Is that your cousin?
Yeah, I know.
Mom's side or dad's
He
side?
would say something about it.
She came up to me one day when I was in school. I'm your cousin.
Really?
My mom, my dad.
I know.
Fair enough.
Further trouble. Yes, Ferris. Who knows?
Let me see if you got anything in
She
Illinois.
may have recorded stuff and is kind of trying not to let that be known in public wires.
Not in Ohio and not Illinois.
Oh my god.
Because I kind of want to, like, I want to be a detective.
Classic.
You gotta go through the academy, man.
All of this passenger's commentary or in his interaction with the officer to me seems like it's just a diversion tactic because every time the officer's on the computer, he gets more and more nervous that something is going to come up on the computer to alert the officer that he has some kind of warrant or something.
Would it help if I went to the army?
Yeah. Yeah. I went to. Yeah. Had stopped to smoke weed in Indiana.
Well, I'll probably let them go. So there, I don't know if you caught it, but he said that he's wanted for murder. This guy who he's been sitting next to this entire time has a warrant for murder.
He said it was being his. So you found it, I dropped it. Alright. So, just waiting for her to confirm. I was waiting to get the female jumpsuit thing. Yeah. She's like, I don't have any. I know she don't have any. I can't speak for everybody in the car. Yeah, that's what he said. He was like, that's fine. So, at first I thought you just had switched the tires. I saw that once. I'm like, so I was like, oh shit. So I'm surprised he didn't take off. See the driver? Yeah, he was. And I pulled him over. He didn't know where to go. He stops to the left. I'm like, looking back. Semis are coming. I jump in. I say, you want to drive? They jump back. So I was kind of up on her pretty quick. So, all right. Well, he's gone. So let's get him out. Already got it. Oh, he's on. Yeah. I pulled extra. All right. Here's what's happening. He's got a warrant for his arrest.
Do they already know, or are they trying to figure? I'm wondering. Sometimes they already know.
And
either way.
For robbery and murder.
Yeah, you can only imagine.
I keep saying I think it's great to be kind and polite, but we can be tactically kind, polite, and respectful. And my criticism of this officer's tactics, I don't think it's bad. I think Indiana State Police are some of the best in the entire country. You want to be better. We should be constructively critical of things that we see to make the profession better. When a person has a warrant for murder, what do they have to lose? Goes through some of their minds. I know cases that have occurred of a person who has a warrant who's like, I'm not going back to jail. What do they have to lose? And these are things that you can learn the psychology of how people act in these interactions. All the diversionary conversation that the passenger was attempting to have. And our tactics have to be on point because you never know. Any given shift, you could be in the fight of your life or you could be sitting next to a person who's wanted for murder. If you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel. In the comment section, please chime in, especially for law enforcement officers who think that my commentary wasn't correct on the tactics that I believe would have been safer under the circumstances. Shout out to Indiana State Police. This was a phenomenal arrest. The tactics are the only thing that I have challenges with, a little bit of the procedure. But again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, click on the video on your screen for more content just like this.
Like for example,
yeah, as far as not being on someone else's
okay. Is Chelsea friends with them? She used to live with them.
Right. So imagine if that's in all the systems, and what would they do for work if this? There would be other things.
Prisons are full of people who had the master plan to commit a major score, and now they're sitting behind bars, ticking off days inside of a jail cell. If that master plan involved you getting the perfect suit and the perfect vehicle to hide the fact that you were transporting a large amount across state lines, you're not going to fool the trooper. They're going to figure you out. You're going to end up in the back of a police car and on your way to prison. This is one of those.
Oh my gosh, no, I did not mean like that at all. I wasn't even thinking of that. You seriously? I wasn't even thinking of that. But yeah, that is an old one. See what comes up? I didn't mean it.
How y'all doing? I'm on a super short, thankfully. Crazy stops back. Stolen a vehicle in front of their truck. A little bit close. So he's next to right there. Just get the driver's license.
Okay, a couple things on this stop. You saw the trooper mention that he pulled the person over for following too close. And there are two things that you're going to violate frequently without even knowing. Following too close and lane change simultaneous to signal. A lot of people end up doing that. And both of those are violations in almost every jurisdiction. But I wanted to find out specifically with Arkansas what their following too close rule is. I looked up the statute and it says, reasonable and prudent, having regard for the speed of vehicles and the traffic upon and the condition condition of the highway. If you're an Arkansas law person and that's incorrect, please chime in, but that's what I read, and that's really interesting because there's not a specific distance as far as what too close would be. So when you see reasonable and prudent, that seems like that could be a bit subjective depending on what the trooper feels without knowing exactly what a distance is. And if there's a specific distance that someone knows, please in the comment section let me know.
Now you're at Stevens, no worries. What y'all do?
It sounded like he said fugitive recovery, which would be people who go and look to find fugitives. They're not official law enforcement people like bails, bondsmen, or people who skip bail, like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Get your vehicle and get your medical report. Come back with me, have a seat real quick, I'll get you in just a second, okay? Yeah, just come on back with me. Yeah, come back with me.
So this is interesting. In that short period of time that the trooper asked those questions, did his sensory pat down of the vehicle, smelling, looking, seeing, listening, all the different things, he's doing an investigation to see if what they say makes sense to what he already may know, and he's made the decision to ask the driver to step out of the vehicle. Interesting.
I have a pocket knife that goes in my inside right here. Okay, that's what I mean. That's fine. Yeah, you said seat in the front seat there. So what y'all hate to do? Oh man.
Verbal pat down, not effective. He asked the guy, do you have any weapons or anything on you? The guy says, no. I mean, I saw him doing his ocular pat down, looking to see if he saw any bulges. The guy had a jacket on. It could be all types of weapons. Have Uzi in his back, as big as that jacket was. And he said he had a pocket knife, and the trooper directed him to sit inside of his vehicle. Again, this is the trooper stop, and he decides the threat assessment that he makes. I'm speaking from the most safe practice is to conduct a pat down on a person from an investigatory perspective. Maybe conducting that pat down might want to make the person less reluctant to talk. I don't know. I'm not an interdiction person. I've not been a trooper. However, it really freaks me out to see a person that's not patted down that I may have some kind of JDLR just doesn't look right feeling about sitting right next to me. But we see how it goes.
No, we traveling 6,000. Whoa.
When our veterans were left out in the cold, Susan Collins secured $3.6 million to help end veteran homelessness. With her dedication, Susan Collins secures victories time and again for our veterans. Tell Senator Susan Collins to keep championing solutions for Maine's veterans.
Losing weight with a GLP-1? It's as easy as...
You understand, if you were in my shoes, how this is starting to sound a little bit right. If you had some kind of involvement in this, but you didn't actually kill her, then you need to just go ahead and tell me before we go around in these circles.
He passed away, and he always like insisted that the road,
you were there.
dressed nicely, like ready for court or whatever. Yeah.
You see how
So just you just fly back or something. I'm sitting here. I mean, I'm going to find that whole business show. Was that Gail Mom's business? Yeah. How long ago was that? Like 3 days. What's the gal's name you going after? Well, there's actually, there was two guys who were going after this guy, Derek Colombo. He's a working man, really. Like a stalker, like just burning down like his ex-girlfriend's door, like all kinds of just bad shit. Wow. Crazy. Sounds like it. Putting your little people on. I got money to throwing bail business around here and stuff. They chase people all over the place. Oh yeah? Yeah.
I really love how they conduct their investigations. Not a word is wasted. And things that you think are benign, they have a reason why they are asking what they're asking, and they're taking every single thing in. And separating the two and marrying each one to a story is ideal. Really like what I see.
Yeah, I've actually spent quite a bit of time back here, like in Arkansas and Oklahoma. Really? Yeah. Back in the school in Markhoma. I was walking. Oh, yeah? Yeah. High school. What's the name of it? Markhoma. No longer though. I was gonna say I went to Northeastern State up there in Tahlequah. Oh no kidding, really? Yeah, I got a degree up there. Wow. Yeah, they were like NAIA champs in football back then, I remember. Yeah. They used to be called the Riverhawks. No, the Red Men. And they changed it. Yeah, to the Riverhawks, sure enough. You ever get trouble for anything or nothing like that? Like 20 years ago, I was in trouble for that.
I mean, how much I got to enjoy riding. That was like 20 years ago.
I got to go to California with it. So a white male, last name is Green. First name is Scott. Middle name is Samuel. 790427, check.
Who's that tornadoes, huh?
Second one is Cox, COX. First name is Steven. Middle name is Mark. 62602, it's also on a white male. Yeah, you can tell outside, man. It feels like STEPHEN. Hey, I'm about to sign step up here just a second. I'm gonna rub
The subject that's in the passenger seat of the trooper's vehicle is not patted down.
Hey, who's the guy's name? Is it? How long was that for? How long was that for? Somewhere back. I gotta get back. It's still a way. I see. Maybe I'll just gotta find it. Give me the trophy rings. Most people have, so I'm gonna hang down there.
Seeing if the stories match, seeing if everything is making sense, because a lot of this doesn't make sense.
Alright, make it see if I can look. Yeah, oh no, back right here. So you don't have the weapons up or nothing like that? She's really nervous.
No, I'm not nervous at all.
He is, he's real.
I'm nervous because when I'm driving these people out here, man, they drive like nuts, cutting people off, these trucks like ramming to the side.
Man,
look at my hands, man, just from the air conditioner and like, bloodshot, it's just,
When I'm in my personal vehicle, it's, yeah. No, would you care if I took your picture for make sure?
I don't care.
Did you run it or he ran it?
I want to talk about something about when people create these stories and when they're sitting in a hotel room saying, okay, this is what we're going to say and this is how it goes, and they get their story and they think that they have it, they practice it, they rehearse it. It's different when you have this square-faced, muscular trooper with this campaign cover asking you these questions. It's different for you to stick to your story. Interesting story. My ex-wife and I were on the Newlywed Game many years ago. They asked very similar questions on the Newlywed Game. We were ready. We thought that we had everything. And then you're sitting on the show in front of all the lights and they ask you a question and you end up freaking out or getting nervous. You know, imagine how much more stressful it is when you know that you're doing something wrong and you got this trooper asking you questions. It's different when you're thinking. Very interesting.
Lost it. I want to touch her hair. No. Dude, he's checking you out. Come on, Magic Mike. This is Jane. She's got a porno body. Stand up, show your body. Lean in your dick.
10-4, big 10-6 here. Alright, man. You should go search the car real quick.
I don't care, no. I don't.
Alright, well, I'll have you guys just jump out and just stand up in front of your vehicle there and I'll get you out here short. I just bet you guys are going up there. Yeah, y'all just, he's going to search you guys' vehicle real quick. You guys out here just a second, okay? Yeah, y'all can just hang right up there if you want. Yeah. No weapons or anything, nothing like that. Hey, I'll explain everything here in just a minute. We're all don't get in trouble or nothing, okay? We just...
I'm wondering, because I was asleep and I was like, what's
yeah, okay. Yeah,
Y'all just both extremely nervous.
So a couple things I'd like to discuss. It was really interesting he conducted this kind of cursory pat down on the passenger. To me, a bad pat down is almost worse than no pat down, because if another unit shows up and says, hey, did you pat this person down? You can say, yeah, I patted him down. But if it's an ineffective pat down, the arriving unit believes that the person was patted down well. Again, constructive criticism. I think that this guy is super sharp in a lot of ways, but when it comes to pat downs, I'm very observant and I'm very strict about them being conducted in a proper manner. He may have a reason. Again, this is constructive. The other thing I want to talk about is, let's talk about some legal stuff here. The trooper asked the driver for consent to search the vehicle. The driver gave consent to search the vehicle. Does the passenger have the right to say, no, I don't want the vehicle searched? If the driver says yes, can the passenger say no? Especially under the circumstance where they both signed the rental agreement. So let's talk about a case. Georgia versus Randolph. And it kind of comes into play with this, although Georgia v. Randolph was a house and this is a vehicle. And Georgia v. Randolph, Supreme Court case, essentially what it says, a co-occupant's express refusal overrides another occupant's consent. So if one person says yes, you can search, and the other person says no, you cannot search, then the person who says no overrides the consent. Now with cars, it can be different. And in this situation with an edited video, I'm hesitant to say whether or not that person could refuse the consent. Although I think that the trooper may have had enough PC to do the search anyway with what he was developing. I do want you to understand and know that that Randolph case is an interesting case to look at, especially when it comes to residences. And the fact that they both signed the rental agreement can also come into play. Good case to look up.
I'll get you guys out here in just a second.
So look at the challenges of rural policing that troopers have to deal with in all the states, because the troopers have to work alone and there's not a backup maybe for some distance away. I don't know how far his backup is, but a search like this where you're conducting a search for potentially a felony and you have two people who are still unknowns to some degree, doing that search by yourself when your focus is inside the vehicle, extraordinarily dangerous. In city policing, you're not going to really see that. It's just a different type of policing. What do you think the conversation is between the two people in the front of the car, or even if it's body language of what they're saying to each other while the trooper is conducting that search?
Sit down. You have no weapons on you? No, I'm
Can you send us to headquarters my contact with that?
Trying to build you up here. I'm gonna change line back. 26, 25, 24. Go ahead, I'm westbound at 14. Come here to Beckford, I'm 15 pounds. You're at Beckford? Or Beckford? Come back here.
I make paint.
Oh, well, no kidding, right?
I look at Walgreens, I like metal, but...
So let's get this out in the open. I like to start out by laying everything on the table. I'm a detective. I'm a forensic mobile analyst. And I don't know if you know what that is.
No, I don't.
I take cellular phones and tablets and all manner of electronics, and I forensically exploit them for their software. I can find deleted images, deleted videos, deleted text messages, deleted calls. Everything that's on your phone, you seem really smart. Everything that's on your phone, even if it's been deleted for probably about 6 months, I can get it. From what I understand, I know that there's some exploitive images and videos of your daughter on your phone.
I can tell you exactly what it is, because I'm always in line.
What's
called the same thing.
Okay, so what kind of videos are you taking?
Well, the video did not go through, thank God.
Okay, but you took the video.
unfortunately, because of
What kind of video was it?
this whole laying down with legs open. That was it. And it was like naked. It wasn't white.
With her out? Okay, and you took the video of this?
I did, but it didn't go through.
Okay, so hold on.
Why?
And you were going to send the video, right?
Yeah, to a man that was blackmailing me with stuff.
I'm gonna send it to a man that was blackmailing
I
him.
want you to stay calm. Just deep breaths, okay? Just relax, brother. We don't need to get fired up. You're not under arrest. You don't have to talk to me. You know your rights. Even though you're not under arrest, I want you to do all your rights. Here's the deal. I leave here.
So, blackmailing him for what? Like, what could he be blackmailing him for that he couldn't
Anytime you exercise your rights, have your attorney present.
go to the police and say, hey, you want to find out who's trying to get me to send them videos of my daughter? For, I mean, what was the blackmail for? Was it another crime that he should be arrested for? If so, then, right, but sadly, it's weird.
So here's the. Let's move back by my car because my.
It's a lot of weird ones like this.
And if they radio me, I want to be able to answer. So you don't send, the Marines.
Right, so obviously a very sick person.
Yeah, squad on the front of my car, man. Over on this side, big dog. Big dog. So you took the video. How long ago did you take the video?
Yeah, I know that. I mean, 5 days ago.
5 days ago. So hold on. 5 days ago, right? Possibly. Within the last, what do you say, week?
Yeah.
And you had intentions of sending this video to a man named...
I don't know his real name. He goes by Timmy Tams on Facebook.
Goes by Timmy Tams on Facebook.
Well, we can get into that. We're going to get into that. But first of all...
So someone on Facebook was blackmailing them.
And all this, that black...
So even if that were true...
How many videos do you think you've taken?
That was it.
Right, exactly. So where is there something not registering?
That was it.
I got it.
Sean.
Unreal.
Marcus, look at me. Yes. So whenever I do the forensic analyzation on your phone, I'm going to be able to find stuff that
But it's real.
you thought was long deleted. And then I'm also going to get a search warrant for your Facebook Messenger because that's the way you're sending it, right?
I understand that.
So it's better if we're going to be cooperative. Let's be fully cooperative. Okay? And like I said, so I know if this isn't the...
I'm gonna let you just we'll get all that. I'm gonna just let you just lay up against my car right there for now. Relax these folks back here.
Kind of interactions and stuff. Right, because usually, like, if people that would be in the officer's position or other investigators in these kind of cases, right, them trying to explain it, you hear a lot of things like something just weren't right in the way they were this, and trying to explain this interaction. Like, think about trying to explain this interaction and how they were acting, things they were saying.
Asks a nearby possibly family, for privacy. He brings up Zach.
Right, there was a time where the capabilities weren't there.
Pushed him to confront his own issues. This is where the blackmail story with Timmy Tams on Messenger comes in.
Right, and then to get the capabilities and to get it legal, right, because people's privacy, being able to videotape and stuff, that was back in 9/11, has a lot to do with... Right, and the fear propaganda with it, there was conflicting stuff on both sides, you know, many wanting it, of course, but then of course there was ones that didn't want them, like, well, work's gonna be no fun now, we'll be recording and watching everything we do. Well, who's gonna be watching it? Right, so it takes a while sometimes. Yeah, even for us as human beings, Incredible. Who's responsible for this?
Okay, so he erased his face.
What is the meaning of this?
I don't want you on my life. I don't want you to talk to me ever again because you've helped my family. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You've helped my family. I put my daughter was because of you. Leave me alone. I don't want this in my life anymore. And that was straight up honest. You know what I mean? Straight up honest.
I feel you do.
Because he, how this started was, he got, this is a sauna. sitting to me and says, I know where your wife is and what she's doing. And it freaked me out. He goes, I will tell you what don't do what I say. And I'm like, that freaked me. It freaked me.
So, all right, let's go back to this. I'm going to set this down.
The story.
So how many, so I can tell.
Now, when it comes to, you asked me about the CPS.
Hold on, listen to that for a second. I can tell from talking to you that you kind of have a propensity. And I told you, I'm not judging.
I did, and I was like,
I'm not judging you. I would like to help. You gotta help me. Help me. And the way you help me help you is you disclose this. This thing is tearing you up inside, isn't it?
Yes.
You can't help me write these things, right?
Yeah, I also don't know how to start it.
Well, let's go all the way back. Slow down. You're talking too fast. You're going way too fast. So within the last 14 days, again, on Facebook Messenger, you took a video of your daughter and you were going to send it to Timmy Times.
Yes.
But you couldn't get it to send, right?
No, and I didn't try after that.
So, and the reason why you're going to take Timmy Times, you guys sharing files about it. Because I know this is how this works. I know that the guys that are typically into this, they kind of find each other.
He got me into this, and I don't know how.
So how did he get into this?
He sent me some stuff and forced it, and I was like, so I was like,
hold on, slow down. So he sent you some stuff. How did he send you some stuff?
He sent me a picture of stuff, and then
on what? Okay, so he sent you a Facebook Messenger picture. Okay. What was this picture of?
I can't remember. I know it was.
Oh, you
underage.
remember.
No, I can tell you it was underage. I know that long time. I was like, no, I don't. And listen, I told him I'm not interested.
I know you like what you like, and we can't help that.
Right.
So, like I said.
Well, at first I did.
At first.
Right.
But I understand.
That's why I want to help with it now.
So let me ask you something. When you see these images and videos and depictions of this stuff, does it get you aroused?
No. And actually,
how does it make you feel? How does it make you feel?
I honestly, I first wanted to find people to put it up and get rid of them.
Well, then what happened after that?
Get rid of the stuff.
Yeah, but what happened after that? You started liking a little bit?
I don't know. He started talking to me and asking me
how does that happen?
Say stuff. I'm like, why? And then he started the whole thing.
You gotta understand, I do this a lot. I'm really good. I'm really decent at this. I'm not bad. And I talk to a lot of decent people like you. They have a problem. You just have a problem. But what you're saying, you're jumbling everything up and not making sense. And that's what happens when you're
This traffic bust. A gigantic drug bust. Dude sitting in the back seat with his suit and tie.
So we think about
Minor Arkansas traffic stop turns into a gigantic drug bust.
Sergeant card. It's an exception to the search warrant requirement. And then you get a warrant. A lot of times if there's a vehicle for an extended period of time, you get a warrant so you can go back in the vehicle.
I have seen the currency. Just got shot in there, man. Yeah, I like
When you look at this guy sitting in the back seat looking off into the distance, you can almost see the thoughts that are going through his head as far as, I just really threw a significant part of my life away. You can almost see the remorse on his face. I hope
They know the rest, but
looks at
they
this
get
guy's
tempted.
face and realizes that people eventually get caught. A police officer has an
Right,
entire
it's just like
career
the
before
last
they
time
have
you
to
were
catch
watching,
you. You just have to get
you're
caught
the
one time.
investigator,
People always say, well, some people don't get
detective.
caught. They didn't get caught today, but maybe they
Well,
get
you
caught
paid
tomorrow.
$500 to get her out of that house. You know, the poor 18-year-old girl winds up raped and torched and burnt to death by this druggie that got given $500 to get her out of the house.
So as this long ride goes to this office where they're going to be debriefed, this guy's life is flashing in front of him, all the years that he's going to throw away. It is so unfortunate when people make these unwise decisions because these people are not the people that they're even after. And of course they want to get them off the road, but these guys are likely mules. The people they want to catch are the people that feed the people that feed the people that feed those people. Very high level, and they know exactly how to do that. What appears to be the charges, and again, this is not an official document, however, I'm going to read it to you. Both arrestees ultimately pleaded guilty. On May 14th, 2020, one of the subjects pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 120 months in federal prison. And in federal prison, you have to do almost all of that time, followed by 5 years of supervised release. And some people hate the supervised release worse because of all the stipulations are placed on it. Sometimes it's curfew. Sometimes it's that you can't drink booze. You can't consort with ex-felons. And one mistake lands you back in prison. One count of possession with intent to distribute more than 5 kilograms of... The other subject, age 40, was sentenced to 46 months federal prison, 3 years of supervised release. And the original video said that this was a significant amount of 37 pounds. This is never a win. Even in the short term, if they got away with it 5 or 10 times, if you eventually get caught, there is nothing that has the same value as your freedom. If you know somebody who would do something this felony stupid, send it to them. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for the troopers that get these people off of the streets and keep these dangerous away from society. Click on the videos on your screen for more content just like this.
QuickMD connects patients with a doctor online for opioid use disorder. Start medication-assisted treatment backed by science. No judgment, no stigma, and no insurance is required. Take control and talk to a doctor today at quick.md.
Or reach out to local authorities. What stands out to you in this footage? The detective's calm approach, or how quickly it escalated? Tell me your thoughts below. If this hit hard, like and subscribe for more raw body cam breakdowns. Hit that bell so you never miss another upload. Stay vigilant, everyone. And thanks for watching. Police Watch.
Ready whenever you are, Michael. We need to capitalize on Michael's success.
Senator Susan Collins delivers for Maine.
Welcome back. Parts of Indiana saw a 1 in 1,000-year flood Wednesday. Water rushed into homes, roads became impassable, and there were evacuations. Read many reports.
So we got a lot of damage across the state.
Indiana's governor addressing the impact the latest round of severe weather in the Midwest has had on his state. Storms unleashing catastrophic flooding.
It's pretty amazing. I've never seen any kind of flooding like this in this area ever.
Heavy rain and flash flooding inundating homes and businesses, turning streets into rivers, and submerging vehicles as drivers were overtaken by high water.
I never really expected anything of this severity to come along, and I guess you just never know when it's going to happen.
The force of the rushing water causing roadways to collapse. The storms uprooting trees and leaving hundreds of thousands of Indiana homes and businesses still without power Wednesday evening. In neighboring Ohio, storms unleashed similar flooding a day earlier, with some roadways still flooded Wednesday.
These communities have been hit exceedingly hard in a historic way.
Get on the ground! Stay on the ground!
Wow, wow, wow. Oh my god.
On the ground! On the ground! Hey, stand on the ground!
Wow.
Hey, stand on the ground! Hands behind your back! Hands behind your back! Hands behind your back!
Oh my god.
You're shot?
Alex, wow, did you see that?
I need you to quick now for 35 acres. Are you serious? That's what it is. Get him. Alright. You bleeding? Hand. Where you shot at? In your leg? Back of my leg. Back of your leg. Alright. Ready? I don't see a lot. I don't see a lot of Stay right there. Hey, guns right there. Guns right there. Wait. Right there. I need one more unit, Ocala. Stay back. Go back there. No, go back. Go back there. I'll talk. You talk to me in a minute. Go back there. Back up. Yep. Back up. Stay over there. Hey, can you stay right by this gun and keep them back? Stay over there. Stay over there. Don't yell at me, man. I'm telling you directions. Stay over there. Don't yell at me. Where you hit the back of the leg? You think you shot? Where do you think you shot? In your leg?
I got it. Where at, bud? Where at?
I got you.
Okay, I'm gonna pull your pants off.
I don't see anybody.
I don't either, but...
I don't know. Ma'am, back up, please. Back up. Back out of the crime scene right now. Hey, don't say my phone enough. Yes, I called you. Make sure we make room for EMS.
Where's your belt, bud? All the way over here?
Roll to this side. Still got you now. Make sure you got it.
Yeah.
Alright. Feel your blood, see the holes, alright?
Do you know where? Okay, you sure?
Watch me. Oh, good.
don't think I'll hurt you.
Settling for irritated bladder protection?
Back at the station, Officer Luke.
Ditch the itch with Tennis Skin-Friendly Barrier.
Why
Remains
don't
without
why I
vitamin
don't?
E. Helps keep you dry and up to 100%.
I'm not shot, Mom. Signal zero's right there. What's that? Signal zero's right there. The deputy stand by with it. If somebody can relieve him, I got it, Sergeant.
You got an ID on him?
I tell you my name, Jordan. Y'all can just back up. I got you. I'll talk to you.
Oh, hell yeah, you are. You're gonna get back right now. What's your name, sir? You okay? I know you've been shot in the leg. It doesn't look like you're bleeding a lot, okay?
Hey, bro, somebody get crime tape and put it up around here, keep people away.
I got it.
Listen, I need y'all to back up, okay?
Can I please go over there? I got it.
Walk around that way.
Which way?
Just go around the patrol cars.
I need to get my phone. That's all I need to get.
I got you. Just walk around the patrol cars for me for right now.
As officers bring order to a scene filled with several moving parts, they begin gathering information to piece together what transpired. Unbeknownst to them, their efforts this night will set the stage for a broader federal investigation, revealing a more complex plot that goes deeper than a simple shooting.
Hey, boss man. Hey, what's going on? Why are you holding your belly? Stop, hold on.
I just had a baby and I had to go to the car.
Okay, what's going on?
I don't know, but he got tore back open.
He said he was shot. He's got blood on his hands, back of his leg. Sir, can you put me in the car, sir? Sir, can you put me in the car? Yeah, step up. 1, 2, 3. Alright, you pat him down real good. You didn't get shot or anything, did you?
No,
Did you witness what happened?
I just seen a great new mom Nissan Maxima with dark chicken.
Okay.
Come up and start shooting.
Okay.
He came from the parking lot side. He came up where the third part was, and he was shooting. It sounded like it was vibrating in my chest. He shot from the parking lot over to where the third part was. And he shot boom, 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 boom.
If you had to estimate how many shots?
Mom!
Hey, Mom! Mama!
Hey!
Out! Listen, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Hold it up on the back of my truck up right here so we can tie it off. He ain't bleeding. He doesn't need a tourniquet.
I know. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. All right, just hang tight. Hang tight. I know. It's gonna hurt.
So I didn't put one on it.
Just hang tight. There you go.
I seen the person shooting and running and almost ran into the tree trying to haul it. And it was the police man right there in the video and I pulled over the road.
Okay. Do you know? You didn't get hit or anything, right? You were next to him? Okay. Do you need EMS? Okay. Yes, sir. I can't take your jacket off right now. I got nothing to worry about.
Stop. Back up, man. Back up. Yeah, he's good, man. Back up.
Hey, did you get his name?
I didn't. I thought you got it.
Alright, we're working on it.
My name is Jordan.
Okay, back up, dude. Okay, and we're trying to help him. Back up. No, you can't go back. You can't go back. You can't go back there. It's a crime scene. It's a crime scene. Nobody's going in.
We have all the people parties here. I don't need anybody else running program. Hey, come here. I understand that. What's the number? 7350.
I'll tell you what, how about we hop into my car? I need your information, parking lot. Yes, I do. Because listen to me, I just need your information, ma'am. Okay? Because here's the deal. I have several people over here working with them. I understand that. Yes, I understand that, but I do need your information, okay? Because here's the thing. You see the amount of police cars here right now? We have everything taken care of. Alright, listen to me. Hey, listen to me. I just need your information, okay? And then we can get everything taken care of, alright? So hear me out. What's your first name?
As unjustified as that arrest was.
Ma'am, I just need your information.
Police officers stormed a T-Mobile office mid-shift, catching an unsuspecting employee from fleeing without guard. Their mission was to take down the man wanted for some serious charges.
Okay, this is perfect. Hardy Wolf and Downing will never find us here.
I feel so scared. They think we can't track them down. You know, a lot of lawyers would just take this out. Hardy Wolf and Downing away. I think I missed this last alarm.
I'm just kind of curious what you think and what's your opinion.
Well, yeah, you have to give me some answer.
Date of birth.
G-O-D-M-A-N.
Oh, your date of birth.
Child solicitation by electronic communication device, meaning a child in person over a
Hey, man, Mom, go get my motherfucking grandma, please. I need to talk to my mom and my grandma, please.
No, I do recall one thing, though, that this has happened, I would say, back in...
No, so we'll take care of that, but I need your date of birth.
We apply,
that I was talking to, and,
tourniquet just now, just the left leg right now.
Do you know if you were shot anywhere else that you can feel?
Yeah, that we're just one person.
I'm trying to leave. My car right here. I'm trying to go.
Back up, back up, back up, back up.
You got a call? Yeah, what's her name?
Diamond Jackson.
Diamond?
Can I please talk to her right now?
Okay, I'm gonna get my phone.
Right now, please. I need to talk to her.
Hey, you gotta wait till we get this calmed down first.
Just tell me not to be scared of me. Do I need to wait till I get there? I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
I got you. Let us get this scene calmed down and we'll go from there, okay?
Is the officer leaving with me now?
Not yet, but hang on one sec, okay?
So what happened? Tell me what happened.
I heard gunshots over that way. All of a sudden I see this dude sprinting across the street, hood on, coming across the parking lot. He told him to stop. He finally dumps right here, and that fell out of his pocket.
The suspect's nice guy demeanor was almost believable, but he did not know that the cops came prepared.
We're just trying to figure out what's going on. We're gonna have a shooting. I think the is gonna be intervene. You see homeboy in the backseat running?
No, he was just running across the street.
Which direction?
Away from where I heard gunshots. Warhead calls out to 35, and I see him running, so now everything's connecting.
I know what's going on, okay? I get it, I understand. But hear me out. Everybody's trying to figure out what's going on, okay? So you said, I understand that. Hold on, okay? Because if I need somebody to ask you questions, then I need you to be able to be available, okay? Alright? Hold tight. Hold tight. We're just trying to if there is somebody that is out there that is shooting people for no good reason, you need to know what's going on and why. I understand that. Yes, I do. That is why I'm sitting right here with you, okay? I'm keeping an eye on everyone. No one is going to hurt you. Not with me sitting right here. I give you my word, okay? But I need to make sure that everything is okay before I let you go. What? Are we good here? Are we good here?
Like I said, I only included just what I have.
I got it. Are you going to be at your house? I have all of your information. If we show up and we need to ask any further questions, will you be able to talk with us?
So,
Huh?
that is...
Yeah. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Officer, I know exactly what's going on. That's why I'm here to help. Okay?
Y'all can just back up. I got you. I thought I heard a shooting, and I'm like,
how's the victim doing?
They're shooting. He's in the leg, but he ain't bleeding out or anything. I wouldn't put a tourniquet on him.
So, like, I'm speeding, so when I get, like, right past this big, after the police see me speeding, so So I stopped. I like stopped like they're shooting, they shooting. He like, well, I'm like in the Mexicano and he pulled off.
Okay, so where was he when you heard the first shot?
Right here, like the light.
Okay, right here in the parking lot.
In the parking lot.
Can you describe what the shooter was wearing?
He had dreads. He had like he had a blue shirt and some red sweatpants. But I didn't.
Okay, and it was black, white. It was black. He had dreads and
like he had on some sweatpants and a red shirt, but his back was to me because he was acting like.
Okay, you said red sweatpants.
You know one of them? Okay, yeah. What's your cousin's name? Jordan. He's in the car. He's fine. He's fine. He's in the car. He's fine. Okay.
I was telling him to stop. He kept running. So the dude that got shots over here, but we heard the shots over. I don't know how he got shot. Because I was driving up right here when I heard gunshots. Huh?
Can he confirm the guy you have in your car is?
I have no idea. I don't know if that was a stray round that came this way or what.
Hey, sir! Sir!
That's your grandson? Okay. They're taking care of him, okay? But you can't go past this line, okay?
Yeah, you're good. I appreciate you getting out here and helping out, man.
What's your grandson's name? Okay, that's not him. Yeah, positive. I know where he's at. He's in the car.
Thanks, man. If I can help all of them, help with you.
Hey! You can't talk to him right now, okay? You'll have to wait, alright?
So I'm curious what this guy was doing running with a gun. Maybe he had with a gun and a mask on. And he was saying, I think somebody shot him. He was asking if he checked his legs. He says someone shot him? I checked him up. What's he kicking? What are you doing?
Sir, that's my grandma.
No! Why are you trying to kick your way out of my car?
Keep my way. I'm trying to get you. It's good, you know, I took the bird side. You need to talk to my grandma.
You're not talking to anybody but us right now.
All right, sir, can I, sir, I don't want to disturb you, sir. Listen.
I'm listening. What's up?
Thanks, man. If I can help all of them, help them.
Like that. I know it's hard. My grandma, she's not going to have the way to come see me. I'm not going to be able to talk to her. I just want to please let her know that I'm going to go in.
Your grandma's got the long dress on?
I just want to talk to her, let her know I'm all right. And that if we go in, that I'll try to get in touch with her when I get there.
Okay.
Can I please do that for you?
I'll let her know.
It's in my face.
Nope. You're not moving out of here?
I know, sir. I know I'm detained.
Okay.
I'm not trying to make it
Listen, I'm trying to figure out what all's going on.
I understand.
I appreciate that you want to let her know you're okay, and I will do that for you, okay? I'm just going to go tell her. You said that's his grandma in the white dress over there. I'm just going to tell her that he's okay. Ma'am, you're Jordan's grandma, right? He just wanted me to let you know that he's okay. He'll talk to you soon. Okay? I figured I can at least do that for you, all right? He's okay. No. No, he has no injuries but some rough burns. I don't know.
Parents, yeah, young girl at the Walmart on that one. That helps you. Anything right about that? Okay. Have you ever been to Walmart where you got chased out of the store? No? Okay. So we can see video you get chased out of Walmart by a mom. Okay, I can do it. We talked to him for a bit. You had previously...
Hi, this is Gina with Comp Health. What can I help you find, Dr. Scott?
Can Comp Health help me find work on the side?
Sure. What'd you have in mind?
Well, I'd like to go down.
Enough said. Let's see what's out there.
Okay, so the thing is that...
Were any of you guys here when this happened? No?
I don't know where the shooting started or where it came from.
We've been trying to get this guy last week. He's been here selling dope every day.
Kind of a clear, reasonable suspicion dude running with a, after a shooting with a mask on, yeah.
He turned around and came back here. Okay, hang tight, let me see what we can do because I know detectives are going to interview you.
They said they have everybody that's outstanding that they believe is involved. Well, that's the thing. We don't know. The guy that he might have been into the car running from where the cop meaning the Bolo, 40, all the way up to 4th Street, 23rd Avenue.
What's the info she received? Gray sedan pulled up into the parking lot, shot more than 15 rounds. Pulled straight through the parking lot, and then she said that basically once she saw that, she knew that something was going down, and they were coming at high speed, and then took off. Which direction did she say? She told you which way they went.
In
this crime scene map we've made based off of body camera footage and police reports, the officer suggests that a possible suspect vehicle turned this way down the road. However, the other officer who questioned this woman from earlier was informed the car went down what appears to be this road, the exact opposite direction the officer is pointing towards. Witness statements can often conflict from person to person, and in this scenario, multiple witnesses have even contradicted themselves.
Gray sedan. I think it's like a Hyundai, maybe. Yeah, newer, no 10. It's a potential subject vehicle. It's going to be a newer gray Sonata, potentially. Four-door sedan. Little to no tint.
So I don't know if the shooting happened over there and they ran this way or what.
McGee, how many shots do you think were fired from what you heard? I really have no idea. Maybe 4. That's my business. Can I get in there right now?
You can't go in there right now, sir. There's a crime scene. Do you have access to the cameras?
From inside, yeah. But
Sir, he's one of the business owners. He can access the cameras.
She crossed the line. She gets in handcuffs immediately. I bet it happened over here somewhere. Because he's been over here trying to sing the dope. 43X.
we don't have cameras on the outside. The only camera we have is right there. That's not my camera. It's this guy's camera. It's like this. I get a hold of him. He's actually good to know where the shooting happened. I asked the guy here. He said it happened right here from the pharmacy over here.
Hey, Sarge, there's a white truck over here. She witnessed it. She said, like, I saw him shooting the gun. She saw the black male with the guy we have? No, I haven't even seen the guy we have.
Hold on. Is she still here?
Yeah, she's in her white truck right over there.
Keep her here because if we have it, we might need to do a show.
Okay.
The guy, whoever we had here, was able to tell us where in the world he was when he got shot.
Because I had 800 people trying to run.
No, I'm not.
I wasn't able to get into that with him.
He claims he's got a witness that saw this and we want to do a show. He said she described a black male in a white pickup truck over here.
She's got a witness. That's probably the lady that pulled up to me.
Said he's, yeah. He described the shooter as Grace. He didn't have Grace in the whole interview. We thought he was struggling with somebody on the ground. Right place, right time. Stepping into our crap, man. God.
Hey, sir.
Yes, sir.
You taking me to the station right now, sir?
Sir, we got so much going on. I will get. You need cool air? Is that what's going on?
I just need to get to the station. I know that's where I'm going at, and I know that's what we need to do.
You're sweating like crazy. Let me turn the air down for you.
I'm finna overeat and I'm finna pass out, sir. I haven't ate nothing. I don't have no water in my body. I don't have nothing in my body right now. I need to get to the department where I know I can get some stuff in my system so I can calm down, sir. Please.
How much arm dexterity?
I don't have anybody with you right now. I can't drink it like that.
Dude, I'll crack it up for you some water, right? You got any allergies or anything?
I got asthma and I want to just pop.
I got some chocolate peanut butter cookies in the back.
I don't need to listen to that.
Tell me you're about to die and you ain't had nothing to eat or drink. I'm trying to accommodate.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you that I need to get to the station and that's what we're going, right?
Dude, we're trying to figure out what everything's going on. As soon as we have some sort of idea what just happened, I saw you running. You ducked yourself. I was coming up. I happened to see that you got shot and I saw a gun sitting right where you fell. That's all I know right now. Everybody else is trying to piece something together, okay?
Were you here? Did you see it?
Yeah, but he didn't do nothing.
Okay.
I didn't know why they got
Can you come talk to me? Come here. Come over here. Let's get away from everybody. I don't want nobody.
It's a great truck pulled up here.
A great truck.
Yeah, I went to something. It came up here. The boy was like, told him, you're not living like that. He just started busting. The boy told him that he's not living like that.
Who's him?
Jordan.
Okay, you know Jordan?
Yes.
Okay, how do you know Jordan?
He's a good boy.
How do you know him?
His mama is my best friend. His grandma, all them.
Okay.
But the boys was standing right there shooting. They dropped that gun right there. He running that way and they still chasing him trying to shoot.
How many boys? Hey, do not cross that line. That's fine, but he can't go in there. It's a crime scene.
So do you want some water or are you alright right now? I'll come over that side.
When I called her, you said it was directly in front of the store or further down?
This is Brandon Walker.
You said it was right in front of the store.
6901 eyewitness was in the area.
The investigation over 51 back from the store. We're just clear all that foot traffic down there.
Where's the car?
You want me to move it over here? Because I parked it over there after all this shit happened.
What car is it?
It's an Altima.
Where's your car at?
You want me to bring it over here?
Yeah, bring it over. Yeah, bring it over here. Can I have a walk up saying they got bullet holes in their car?
Yeah, there's some in the back of my truck. Hey, stay right here.
With the gun?
One decision that I'm most proud of is definitely signing on to go back to school, fulfilling a dream I didn't realize I had. You can do this. It doesn't matter what is happening in your life. This is a doable thing.
Sometimes we heard it, other sides we silent, quiet, and scared. But it's like, do you want the truth or not? They're not cooperating, they're not hiding
I want it all. Run it. Live? Check. I'm Bosch.
Crypto started as a niche, but now it's going mainstream. Faster payments, more control, fewer middlemen.
What the great truck look like?
It's like a great photo truck.
Okay. You saw the whole thing happen?
Yeah.
All right. How many men were in it? What they look like?
Like males. I can't even, they had on females. I know they were like.
Okay. And you saw them get out, and what they say?
They say, oh, you ain't even looking like that. And start busting. Just start getting multiple shots. Just multiple shots. He one of that shit in the back of the police car was trying to run over there where we were. And the boys came over there and was starting shooting.
Did they drop that gun?
Yeah.
Did they get the truck on?
Yeah, he got in the truck. The police was right behind him. He turned over him instead of going behind.
Well, we go towards the shooting. Somebody knew.
So far, there are several descriptions of another suspected shooter. All seem to mention a gray vehicle, but while this witness believes it was a truck, others believe it was a sedan. Some believe it was tinted, while others say it wasn't. Most witnesses seem to agree there was at least one other male involved who had dreads. All seem to agree they drove off shortly after the shooting. In reviewing the footage, the closest match we found is the man who cut the officer off at the beginning of the video, but there is no real concrete evidence to support this individual was ever involved, based on the timing of this witness, who drove down the road to inform the second officer on scene that she was just at the Quick Mart when the shooting occurred. We estimate that officers don't actually arrive on scene until 30 to 40 seconds after the shooting began. Any dash cam footage captured by that point probably happens after the alleged suspect vehicle fled, giving us no visual to work with.
A little better? You need something to eat? Alright? Alright. I'm gonna roll this window down so you need to yell at me. I'm not gonna move too far from this car, okay? Huh? I ain't trying to be. Like I said, there's a lot going on. I'll get you out of here as soon as I can. Is it? Walk up saying they got both in your one car. How old are you, man? 27. Yeah. Your son's? Okay. We just gotta figure a lot of stuff out. I'll get you out here as soon as I can. I ain't trying to hold you here and show you off or nothing like that, okay? Do me a favor, take a couple deep breaths and just kind of lean back. If you want to lay across the back seat, that's parking lot. Alright, just take some breaths. We got shell casings over here. There's another one behind your foot, another one right here, another one over there.
As the scene calms down, officers continue finding casings and bullets laid out around the parking lot. The scene is bigger than first assumed, causing officers to expand the area with crime scene tape. In this frame of video, you can see just how many pieces of evidence are scattered across the parking lot. Notably, at least one bullet hit a woman's car that allegedly had her baby inside. She fled the scene, but is driving the car back per an officer's request.
Where's the other vehicle that's got full of holes in it?
Should be over on Fort King. They're bringing it up to the parking lot now. It was
Y'all moved that vehicle.
It was here.
Get crime scene over there. We need to go ahead and secure that.
She's advising it was in the parking lot of Quick Stop and she moved it.
That's what they're trying to say. I don't know where is she at? Where is she at?
She just ran that way.
It'll be all right.
I think so, yeah. I told her you're okay, alright? Is anything specifically hurt right now? You seem to think you were shot in the leg a minute ago. Your legs numb? Which legs numb?
CMS for any reason? They moved that car from that
I'm gonna shut this door and try and figure out if we can get you moved out of here or what's going on, okay?
Who's with the gun?
Whoever, what's his name? Zeno was just over there. I see it, I'm watching it.
Hey, sir. Yes, sir.
Minute right now? Wait a minute, go.
I think they left. You need them?
Just trying to see if I can see.
Can you advise which medic unit?
Okay, yeah. I'll get them back here.
Can I get some more water real quick?
Yeah.
It came from our shooting team.
Stop. I'm a 4 count subject I went.
Okay. Boy, that's the car.
Hey, just real quick, Mel, can you just step away from it? Just if y'all can, just back away from it, that's all. Alrighty.
Do not touch it, do not let it go anywhere, do not move from it.
10-4.
Can you have EMS if you went back this way for subject I'm with?
Yes, we're hot or cold.
Cold's fine. Ready?
Timber.
Need some more?
Affirmative.
Good?
Howard Nissan, Alternate. But then who gonna take me in? Because I don't want to be sitting out here all night, so I don't want to.
Listen. There's a detective that's going to come over and talk to you after she gets a little bit more information, okay? Just take a breath, hold tight. We're not going anywhere for a minute, okay? I don't want to get your hopes up and say I'll get you out of here in 5 minutes. So if you want me to get you one of those chocolate peanut butter cookies.
Sir, I really want to go in so I can use this telephone. I know y'all got to do y'all job and everything, sir, and I'm not trying to intervene with it. I don't want no part of it, sir.
I have no say over how fast we get out of here.
I make it hard on you. I know it's going to be hard on me. You feel me? I understand that.
I know you're worried about stuff right now.
I just want to like
I get what you're saying. I understand why you'd want to call people, but I cannot let you talk to anybody but us. They're finding casings over there. I didn't see you running from over there. I saw you running from over there. So I don't know the whole story. She's trying to figure out what's going on, piece stuff together, and then she'll come over here and talk to you, okay?
Boy, you got anything to do? I can relieve you if you need it.
I really don't. So I was like, boy, just stay out here.
Is this the guy that's been wearing the ski mask hanging around here?
I think so.
I've been trying to get him like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He hangs out right there and sells dope.
Yep. That's probably what it was about. Yeah, he got a stendo.
Get the phone and get out, okay? It's a crime scene now, so close the door. Leave everything. It's a crime scene.
And that's the problem, because they don't really, they say they control it, we really control it.
Where was it parked?
So he agrees, we do control
Where
it.
were you parked exactly?
In a matter of
Yeah, go stand where you were at.
to some
The car got
extent,
shot.
we do control it.
Right there?
But that control doesn't
So the
really
front is
matter
facing
if
40?
Iran is still able
I
to
should draw a
shoot
freaking diagram of
our
that because
ships.
you're going to forget that.
Mike Pompeo talked about this as well
You can get anything
today.
you want on the internet. So why are we still taking jet ads like this? At Sophia Learning, we have a solution. Sophia offers online college-level courses that are designed to transfer for credit, helping thousands of people graduate. Use Sophia and get ahead.
Destroy Israel and the United States of America. And so the blockade will have to continue, not to put pressure on the Iranian people, but to put pressure on the regime itself. And I think that's the path that President Trump has chosen to go down.
What do you think about that path?
I think it's going to take more than that. Martha, one of the objectives I know President Trump is driving towards is getting energy prices back to normal, getting the strait actually open.
No, that's right.
The president that we're in
You just got the one bullet hole in there?
Yeah, that's it. It's not free commercial travel there today. It's just you can see it by the insurers' unwillingness to insure ships that are moving through the strait. To get back to that place that we want to, I think it's going to take more than just economic pressure. I think it's going to take more continued military efforts as well. And I think the president will come to that same
They said he
conclusion.
started running and they kept.
So he believes the president will eventually come around and continue to strike Iran.
They dropped the gun, got back to the truck, and took off.
Here's the problem. The Iranians believe they are winning, just like General Kellogg said. The Iranians, they're like, yeah, this is going great for us. We're fine. Here's what
Is anybody talking to them about video?
President Trump's claim that
This guy right here is the business owner of this. He said that the guy here owns it. He's trying to get a hold of him, I think.
Unfortunately, it appears that the owner of the neighboring store who owns the outdoor security camera is not available. They are also apparently in the process of getting evicted and are allegedly in another state altogether. It is unclear if police ever got access to that alleged security footage or if it even exists at all.
Without the authorization and supervision of the powerful armed forces of Iran.
The leaders and the terrorist army of America from the past until now have witnessed the authority and resilience of the nation and the culture.
Okay, Tehran Tim. Of course, he's doing what the press secretary is supposed to do, and that's, tout the party line. But that's the way it goes. So, this MAGA guy doesn't need to be here.
Hey, sir. Yes. Even if I turn around this way so you can take the jacket off, I'm still on my Bible picture. I just need you to take the jacket off so I can finish the win.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I'm gonna take his jacket off.
here's an interesting kind of development in Iran. The American media company just was allowed to go to Iran and interview some of their.
Get back this way. I want to make sure that they're locked so they're not tightened up on you while you're back here.
Interview some of their commanders. And this commander's name is Reza Nakbi, Mohammed Reza Nakbi. He's an IRGC commander. And I just want you to listen to a couple of things that this guy says about how they are winning.
Nobody can see them.
Victory is on our side after the defeat of America's two main objectives, the toppling of the leadership and great use of Iran. We saw confusion and
So just take some breaths, calm down. I'm sure your heart's going a million miles an hour.
It became a war without a strategy. Every 2 or 3 days, they announced a new objective.
Okay, is he the young kid wearing the mask? Okay, he's not shot as far as I know.
What's wrong?
I have no idea. I know he's in the back of a police car, that's all I know.
Can I talk to him?
Not right now. So just hang out outside this tape. Has anyone talked to you?
No! Somebody called me and told me I've been shot. Oh, God.
Not to our knowledge. How old is your son?
He grown.
He's grown? Okay. Okay, he's not a juvenile or anything?
No.
Okay. No, just hang out over here, take a deep breath. He's not shot or anything.
That's all I thank God for, Jesus. Oh, God.
See where we need to start hitting pretty hard now. Who owns a lot right here?
This lot? I have no idea.
We need to find out who owns it and see if we can get trespass laws. Start running them all. Yeah. This is a problem. I'm surprised we haven't had more of these because there's still a lot of dope being slung right here.
It smells like it.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Tractor with 0% financing for up to 96 months. This month only at Central Rated Equipment and Motorsports. Plus, every new Mahindra includes a free 50-hour service, a $1,000 value.
Here, this witness and alleged family friend of Jordan's just mentioned seeing an SUV on the phone, contradicting not just her own statements of seeing a truck earlier, but other witness statements that the vehicle was a sedan. Nearly every four-wheeled vehicle type has been mentioned as a suspected vehicle thus far.
We haven't dropped a warhead on his very lucky forehead. It is a mystery to me.
When they dropped the gun, the boys
He goes on to
ran, got back in the car,
ask
and
the
speeded off. Whatever the officer, the officer was right behind.
concerning
But he seen all us
America's
running, so he
potential
came
use
over
of
here
nuclear weapons on Iran. Now,
Ski masks.
I don't know what kind of a moron you have to be to think the United States would ever even consider dropping a nuclear bomb.
He said he feels like he's about to pass out. He's got a little bit of road rash on his hand, but he seems to think he might have been shot somewhere. We checked earlier, we didn't see anything.
Mohammed Reza Nakbi, and here's what he said.
He's detained for investigation right now. Yeah, if we need to transport him, that's we can do. He had a big jacket on, but I didn't see any blood. The only blood he has is where he dumped right there and his hand in the concrete.
In your view, how likely
What were you doing? Were you walking into the store?
to use a nuclear bomb? Naturally, it can end up being a mistake for them. The morning after they move along, all of America's military bases around the world will be occupied. Today, things are different than World War II. The people of the world have awakened.
Check your vitals out and see if everything's all right.
For such a crime to be committed.
Experience
Because the next
matters.
time it could be
After a
themselves.
devastating attack, Susan Collins led the way forward, enacting historic bipartisan reforms that
How
made us safer.
exactly are
Susan saved
American bases around the world going to be
250,000 main
occupied
jobs.
if we
She
were to
protects
use
access to
a,
quality health care, and
a
she
nuclear
delivered the
weapon?
Social Security
I
Fairness Act, boosting
know.
the incomes of
I don't know how
25,000
that
Maine
works.
retirees.
But
America's most bipartisan senator,
it doesn't matter. The United
always
States is
working
not going
for
to drop a
Maine.
nuclear bomb on Iran. No, that's not a thing. Not going to happen. Phoenix design guy said some kind of mark on that dude's forehead. Yeah, what they do to show how devout they are, they will actually take a hot stone and press it into their forehead
like this and make a mark that stays there because that's like, look how devout I am. I spent all my time on my face praying with my forehead on the ground and made a mark on my forehead that way. They actually make those themselves.
Where is that person at?
There, though. A lot of people didn't notice that. Rebecca Heinrich is a senior fellow at the Hudson Institute, I think.
Where are they at?
And she actually had some interesting economic things to talk about with this situation and why it's just not a great military strategy for us to continue to stop and start.
The bomb's taken into the hospital? You know which hospital?
And, you know, number one, it's really bad on morale for the military. But listen to what she said.
Municipal defense is but let me say that I have heard that.
We're getting word there's another victim of this 35. They're going to be taken to a hospital. Just let the hospitals know to let us know whatever hospital it shows up at.
He would want a sustained military operation because you want to suppress anything the adversary can retaliate against. If you have stop and start, they can
be honest, because we got no
and have more.
Yeah, bro, you're not going to get in trouble. We just got to figure out.
More interceptors. So even that problem, I think, can be mitigated. And then, you know, I keep seeing Hegseth put out in their press releases that we're getting more contracts done. So the other defense companies can get cranky and make a lot more of these.
Yeah, mine too, bro. Mine too. Verification.
What's that place that takes 6 people to?
I got emergency room. Why we need to just keep the military pressure on them.
No.
President Trump,
That's not the one I'm thinking of. That's not the one I'm thinking of.
3 weeks ago saying, for every ship that Iran targets in the Strait of Hormuz, we will blow up a bridge or power plant in Iran. Well, they have since targeted about 10 different ships in the Strait of Hormuz, and guess how many power plants we've blown up?
I just seen him fall over on
We have not done what we said
there is a hole
we
right
would
there.
do.
Officers continue to find more gunfire evidence.
That doesn't make our president look good. It doesn't make our country look good. When we are using hyperbolic language like...
That's fresh. I don't know if that's an impact or not. It looks like it could be an impact. Hey, where's the EO? I got a projectile. What is that?
The Iranian Air Force that just flew to China
no, in front of it.
and picked something up and flew back to Iran.
All I see is something shiny from over here. Is that a casing?
I don't know, I can't tell, it's flat.
Apparently
Could be
their
a casing.
entire Air Force is not...
I got a projectile here and then I can't tell if that's a casing or not.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it. That's been run over.
She might have one there. I'm sure a lot of evidence in here has been ran over. Yeah, I got you, buddy. She's got one.
There's a dire warning that's floating around on
McGee was here
social
first.
media.
I can see his lights coming up to it.
Invade the United States.
Can we go photobombing?
To actually attack on our own soil.
It looks like it almost hit it at an angle.
Yeah, it really does.
Which that's weird. Why would it have done that? Unless somebody looks like it. When you look at the impact, it's definitely
some guy that just
this way.
Maybe it was a ricochet.
The magic bullet theory, right?
Iran has announced is
I'm just glad so far we ain't any homicide.
Don't walk over here, we're taking pictures.
Reza Nakhti, that same guy,
Thank you.
in that same interview that we were just watching.
What do you need?
He said, very soon we'll take the operation into enemy territory.
What do you need? There's nothing up there. I think they just will mark it.
And then he says the targets are Wyoming, Utah, Nebraska, Colorado, New Mexico, Washington, and California. Said that Iran is planning to continue the war until 2029, until President Trump's presidency is over, and so on and so forth. Well,
did you hear that? He's not shot.
Research into these claims, and they are a little exaggerated, a little hyperbolic. When it comes to the claims, what Nakhti actually said was that the IRGC must develop the capability to move the operations to the enemy soil. He didn't say we are planning to move operations to the enemy soil. He said we need to build the capability to do that.
As of this moment, officers are aware of 2 known individuals who have been shot. One was transported to the hospital by officials, while another seems to be missing. Officers search all over for that individual and ultimately find him at a residential complex. Simultaneously, Jordan is brought to the hospital due to his unstable condition.
Hey guys, do me a favor, don't follow the medic, okay?
Mentioning Colorado, Nebraska, Nevada, there's nothing in what he said with that interview with PBS that would say that.
Is he charged with anything?
We're still
He's talking about two different kinds of warfare: missile warfare and hybrid warfare. We need to. He's saying that Iran needs to develop the capability to strike at America in those two ways. Now, hybrid warfare could take the form of massive multi-cell terror attacks happening in the United States.
We can pull from.
Let's say they bring 20, bad guys from Iran. And they go to cities around the country, and at a certain time, possibly just go aim and start shooting and running people over and whatever they can do. Well, that would obviously cause some consternation across the United States. And I've seen a lot of people, when you see this claim that, we're going to, that Iran has announced they're preparing to carry out a large-scale attack on American soil. That's not what he said. But when people see that, I love America, because most Americans I know are going.
Incredibly, this gunshot victim appears to be unfazed about a bullet being lodged in his leg. He was taken to the hospital and treated for his injury. Back at the crime scene, officers conducted a chemical test of the drugs found in Jordan's bag.
Use all the firearms and ammunition we've been hoarding for many years. America's a country with more than 440 million firearms.
At the hospital, Jordan shared more information about what unfolded during a post-Miranda interview.
Did Iran's get invade us?
You're standing by the dumpster. Someone starts shooting at you.
Commit a mass shooting. They might commit cyber attacks. They have.
Took off the ground next to that shield gun.
Some cyber attacks.
Fired.
They
fired
took over a
back
hospital
towards the Chevy. If we
in
find that
Idaho,
car, is it going to have bullet holes in it?
recently, and locked up their data so they
Okay,
could
so the only description you have is a black male dreads.
Is that something I'm going to stay up at night worrying about? No, not at all. Of course not. They're not able to. Now, they are threatening President Trump and his family and Mike Pompeo and other people like that. Here's one of the IRGC's General, I think this is General VID, talking about
just a bunch of miserable soldiers.
Hardy Wolf and Downing will never find us here.
They will not our target. God willing, we can kill Trump, Pompeo, this McKenzie, and those military commanders who gave this order. They must be killed. I think I missed this class in law school.
So, there are people on the left saying that's hyperbolic. They're not going to.
Can't hide from Hardy Wolf and Downing. Call Hardy Wolf and Downing at 1-800-INJURED. We are
recent days, there were credible threats. They were literally planning to fire an RPG into President Trump's hotel room in Ankara.
Rachel was determined to live her life.
They were literally trying to shoot down Air Force One, or wanting to.
Rachel took the next step to find an option that could work for her.
Extraordinary measures, let's say, to protect the president.
Yesterday, breakthroughs were made.
So,
and lives
that is certainly a possibility.
But that
asymmetric warfare is something we need to definitely be on top of.
Talk to a doctor about migraine treatment options at
We have to be right every time, and they only have to be right once.
In addition to this on-camera interview, the police report adds more detail to Jordan's breakdown of what happened. Jordan shared he first saw the man with dreads when he entered the convenience store, and he could tell there was tension. The male told Jordan, "I thought I seen something," and as Jordan had left, the man told him, quote, "I'm living like that." Jordan added that the man had to have recognized his face. Jordan had apparently pulled down his mask during their interactions inside the store. It was when Jordan and the man stepped outside that the shooting began. As Jordan had mentioned earlier, he just recently got out of jail. His prior charges include possessing cannabis with intent to sell or deliver and carrying a concealed firearm. For his previous crimes, he was sentenced to a 2.5-year-long prison sentence, where he received credit for 9.5 months due to jail time. He was released from prison during June of 2023. 5 months before the events in this video, officers also noted they found a second car that had sustained bullets. Luckily, it seems the 2 injured individuals they found that night were the only people who were struck. Both injured men tested negative for having gunshot residue on their hands. After his arrest, Jordan was given a $47,000 bond, which he never posted. For this case, he was charged with 1 count of aggravated battery with a firearm. firearm, 1 count of possession of a firearm as a convicted felon, 1 count of possessing a firearm during the commission of a felony, 1 count of possession of a controlled substance with intent to sell or deliver, and 1 count of possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. Roughly 3 months later, in February of 2024, his case would be moved from state to federal courts. This was due to the nature of his case and the federal government's Project Safe Neighborhoods. Project Safe Neighborhoods, or PSN, is a nationwide initiative by the U.S. Department of Justice aimed at reducing violent crime by targeting criminal organizations and repeat offenders. The police report mentions that 9mm shell casings were found on the ground, while Jordan had a .40 caliber Glock handgun, indicating that there was a second shooter, or at least a second gun involved. Due to Jordan's drug-related activities and his case rising to federal court through the PSN program, it is very possible this shooting was the result of a turf war. Although it isn't directly spelled out, we assume that the unknown shooter was responsible for injuring at least one of the 2 uninvolved victims, as each victim was struck by a bullet coming from opposite directions. It is currently unknown if officers were able to capture the apparent initial aggressor in this shooting. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, in September of 2024, Jordan was sentenced to 7 years and 8 months in federal prison for possession of a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon after entering a guilty plea. Because prisoners typically serve 85% of their sentence when federally charged, Jordan will likely spend around 6.5 years in prison before his release in March of 2031, when he'll be 30 years old.
When you're on patrol as a cop, you have to stay alert, ready, and prepared. Hey everyone, I'm John, and I appreciate you watching. When a situation like this unfolds, you have a lot of moving pieces, and it's not only important, but it's necessary to remain calm and focused throughout. This situation reminds me of something that happened to me some years back. I was working the graveyard shift, and I remember thinking, it's extremely quiet for a Friday evening. And just as I stopped at a red light, the passenger window of my cruiser exploded, or so it seemed. Now I remember being startled. However, it didn't dawn on me immediately what happened, so I pulled my car over, got out, and looked at the glass all over my passenger seat, and then it hit me that somebody just took a shot at me. So I looked around and realized it must have come from someone from a window, or at least some distance away. Then I remember thinking that I was too much out in the open, so I got back in my patrol vehicle, notified my supervisor and the detectives. When my supervisor came to my location, he looked me dead in the eye and told me, "Do you know how lucky you are, because somebody was trying to take you out?" So all I could do is look at my sergeant and say, "Thank goodness that they didn't succeed." So we held the crime scene for a while, but the scary thing is, never found out who shot me that night. Now in this case out of Ocala, Florida, the officers on patrol when shots ring out of nowhere. This is the nature of being a police officer. Because things happen, you at least expect them to. The officers jump into action after they ascertain that at least one person is shot outside of a convenience store. After a crime scene is established, police discover another person is shot. This is a very dangerous situation because they have no idea who did this. Now the sad thing here is these 2 individuals had nothing to do with the issue between the 2 men that got into this gunfight. This is why even when you're out and about as a citizen, you have to remain alert as to what is going on around you, so you can at least attempt to avoid being a casualty. Now the police did a great job finding one of the offenders due to their quick action and investigative work. The gun was also recovered. Now it may be just one gun, however each gun removed from the streets means one less potential tragedy and one less chance for violence to erupt. But to touch a little bit more on Project Safe Neighborhoods, on May 26, 2021, the U.S. Department of Justice launched a violent crime reduction strategy strengthening PSN so that it is built on newly articulated core principles, fostering trust and legitimacy in our communities, supporting community-based organizations to help prevent violence from occurring in the first place.
Yeah, we're almost down further. They got a bag of chips.
Yes, a bag of chips in y'all crowd scene. I mean, out of the evidence. Y'all bag of chips. Hold the store by me, baby.
I hear it. I am living my dream. A dream that I had no idea was my dream until I started doing it.
Like I've said before, and
a certified medical assistant program because being a medical assistant is so rewarding. We had 6 kids, and I was already working full-time at the hospital. My husband said, you should just do it. Maybe that decision in the beginning is difficult, but it's not impossible. It doesn't matter what is happening in your life. This is a doable thing.
That the United States of America is the preferred partner of choice. There are a lot of
AI
foreign actors that bring in other
fastest way to serve up
China,
some fresh,
Russia,
crisp,
Iran,
premium content.
it was Russian air defenses that were supposed to defend Caracas.
Viral video for social.
There were Cuban guards that were supposed to defend Euro, and they weren't able to.
now we're seeing the Cubans and the Russians expelled out of Venezuela. And we're seeing a new government in Colombia. And we're seeing new port contracts on both sides of the Panama Canal. You've got a new MOU with Panama, so our partnership here at Fort Sherman and the Jungle School has expanded. We've got a great ambassador who's making sure that all the economic deliverables we said would happen and military actually happen.
It turned
See,
down
what
the job.
happens with some of these other countries, whether it's China or Russia or Iran, there happens to be a lot of exploitation and self-serving.
Another point
the United States of America shows up when we want to respect your sovereignty and find ways to mutually work together that are beneficial to you, that empower your people, that bring prosperity to your country. But President Trump is very clear about the Panama Canal.
This whole process. I mean, if I ever got accused of doing something that I know for sure I did not do, I'd be like, no, absolutely not. There are no drugs in my car. So much about why you put me over, this is that. I mean, this is not of a person who is being honest.
I stopped you because you're following your person right out of your traffic lane. I followed you close to a truck. Yes. I was not there for I drive the truck. I understand that, but that's why I stopped you. I understand. I believe you drive trucks for a living. All right, that's why I stopped you. It's all on that camera. It's okay. Now, I am calling a K9, so like I said, I believe the drugs in that bag right there. So we're going to wait and find out. If that K9 alert, I'm going to search it. Okay? Well, I'm saying, baby. I don't understand. Like I just explained it to you. So
I don't know if this trooper has kids, but if he has kids and they watch this, they're gonna be like, "Sir, my dad is not the person that you were trying to do this with. We already learned this. Lying to our dad is not gonna work." This trooper is super sharp. Aside from that non-pat-down thing in the window, Arkansas, and look at the guy. He's in absolutely great shape as well. Arkansas, you guys are doing your thing.
They always controlled the canal once they took over in 2000. China never controlled the canal. China had management contracts for the ports on either side of the canal, which
I don't want you texting on it
they said, was a threat. There was a threat from various, different kinds of espionage, corporate, military, cultural, and so forth. But China never controlled the Panama Canal. I mean, I live in Panama. Not a thing. Didn't happen.
You can record all you want. I don't care about that. I understand.
Does Trump think money is the answer to end this war?
That's great. Put it down here, okay?
Very good stuff that he made him put the phone down. I think the positioning should be a bit different. Also, I want you to take note of this bracelet, looking at it that he has on his right wrist, which I wear some of those occasionally. A lot of times it will have a compass on it that has rope in it that you can do a multitude of things. It has a little small edged device that you can cut with as well. You can purchase them for really cheap online. They're a very effective tool to have, especially in policing, if you're hunting, if you're going camping. They're effective. It leads me to believe that he's some type of tactical person.
And is offering that insurance in a reinsurance capacity for other companies like Chubb and their so on and so forth that actually insure the ships. But again, not a lot of people are taking them up on it because they don't really know. One interesting thing about the way that
everybody ready?
Works, it doesn't work.
Good. Medium? Everybody good? Good morning, and thank you all for being here with us today. Today is not simply about bringing an investigation to a close. It is about lives that were lost far too soon. A surviving child whose life has been forever changed, and two families who continue to grieve an unimaginable loss. Our sincere condolences, thoughts, and prayers remain with the Dempsey and DeBow families, and everyone impacted by this tragedy. Today, we remember a 55-year-old mother and grandmother, a 4-year-old little girl, and a 4-month-old infant. There are simply no words that can adequately describe the heartbreak associated with this case. Based upon the totality of the evidence gathered during this investigation, the Plant City Police Department has determined that this incident was in fact a murder-suicide. Our investigation determined that during the early morning hours of May 3rd, 2026, 27-year-old Haley Megan Dempsey shot and killed her mother inside their home at 911 North Burton Street. Haley Dempsey then gathered her 3 children and left the residence on foot. Shortly before 7 a.m., she concealed herself with her children behind a clump of trees and bushes in the front yard of 303 West Teever Street. It was there that Haley Dempsey shot and killed her 4-year-old, and her 4-month-old daughters. She then attempted to shoot and kill her 2-year-old daughter, but missed.
Matthews Brothers Windows have always been about using the past to secure the future. For over 170 years, we've been obsessively committed to creating windows with a strict eye on both quality and aesthetics. Our Sanford Hills line of windows thrive on a combination of both historically accurate
have the creature comforts that they have on that ship. Hot showers, even if they only get to shower once a week, that's more than we got. Hot meals of any kind, we got MREs. We slept on the ground
and turned the firearm on herself and died by suicide. This was an extremely complex investigation involving multiple crime scenes that had to be thoroughly processed, hundreds of pieces of evidence that were collected and examined, extensive forensic analysis, a significant amount of digital evidence that had to be recovered and analyzed, and numerous interviews. This investigation demanded patience, diligence, and precision. Our responsibility to both families and to our community was to follow evidence wherever it led and establish the truth of what occurred. Today, I can assure our community that we have done exactly that. At the onset of any homicide investigation, investigators have the responsibility to consider every possibility and follow every single potential lead. Jay Dempsey was appropriately detained when he arrived at his residence at 911 North Burton Street, but missed. Haley Dempsey then turned the firearm on herself and died by suicide. This was an extremely complex investigation involving multiple crime scenes that had to be thoroughly processed, hundreds of pieces of evidence that were collected and examined, extensive forensic analysis, a significant amount of digital evidence that had to be recovered and analyzed, and numerous interviews. This investigation demanded patience, diligence, and precision. Our responsibility to both families and to our community was to follow evidence wherever it led and establish the truth of what occurred. Today, I can assure our community that we have done exactly that. At the onset of any homicide investigation, investigators have the responsibility to consider every possibility and follow every single potential lead. Jay Dempsey was appropriately detained when he arrived at his residence at 911 North Burton Street while the Plant City Police Department was executing a court-authorized search warrant in the afternoon of May 3rd, 2026. Mr. Dempsey immediately cooperated with law enforcement. He was subsequently interviewed, and his potential involvement was thoroughly investigated. As the evidence developed, investigators were able to conclusively establish Mr. Dempsey's whereabouts and eliminate him as a suspect. Jay Dempsey was never arrested, and he was never charged with any crime related to this investigation. I understand how upsetting and unnerving this tragedy has been for this tight-knit community. An investigation of this magnitude takes time. From the very beginning, our detectives were committed to getting answers for both families and for our community. At the onset and throughout the investigation, the evidence available to us did not indicate that there was an ongoing threat to our community, and that's what we communicated through our news releases that we released. I also recognize the public's desire for information during an investigation of this magnitude. However, releasing information prematurely could jeopardize witness statements, contaminate evidence, and compromise investigative strategies. My responsibility as Chief of Police was to protect the integrity of this investigation until our detectives had evidence necessary to reach a definitive conclusion. While today's findings provide investigative closure, they did not lessen the magnitude of this tragedy. This case also serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of mental health resources, crisis intervention, and ensuring that individuals and families know where they can turn when they need help. Even if one person or one family can be helped in the future because of this tragedy,
then perhaps some measure of purpose can emerge from an otherwise unimaginable loss. I'm pleased to share that the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay is currently exploring the possibility of establishing a satellite presence here in Plant City. Claire Reynolds, President and CEO of the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay, was supposed to be here with us today. Unfortunately, she got called away at the last minute, but her and I are in constant contact with one another. The work of the Crisis Center represents hope, healing, and support for individuals and families facing some of the most difficult moments of their lives. Before I close and answer your questions, I want to publicly recognize and thank the agencies that stood alongside the Plant City Police Department throughout this investigation. Sheriff Chad Chronister in the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, then Chief Lee Burkall, now Chief Brett Owen in the Tampa Police Department, Sheriff Bob Gualtieri in the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, Special Agent in Charge Mark Dabina in the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, who was here with us today, Special Agent in Charge Rodney Crawford in the Federal Bureau of Investigations, and we do have a representative here with us today from the FBI, and of course, State Attorney Susie Lopez. Their partnership, resources, expertise, and commitment to helping us establish the truth were invaluable throughout this investigation. On behalf of the Plant City Police Department and our community, I sincerely thank each of them and the men and women of their respective agencies who assisted us.
Okay, I think you have 10 questions left. Is this something I can see? Yes.
As Chief of Police, I can tell you that this case has had a profound impact on the men and women of the Plant City Police Department. Our officers, our detectives, our dispatchers, crime scene personnel, and everyone who worked on this investigation were confronted with circumstances that none of us will soon forget. Today provides investigative closure, but investigative closure does not erase the pain. It does not erase the pain felt by these families, by our community, or by the men and women who responded and investigated this tragedy. Our thoughts and prayers remain with the Dempsey and the DeBow families, and most especially with the surviving 2-year-old little girl whose life has been forever changed. As these families continue to grieve and begin the difficult process of healing, I respectfully ask our community and members of the media to give them the privacy, the compassion, and the space they deserve. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us today, and I will now take some questions. Yes, there was.
Good morning. My name is Robert McClellan, captain with the Criminal Investigations Division. Yes, there was a firearm found on scene where Haley was located. The firearm was sent off to ATF with the partnership with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. NIBIN was conducted on that firearm, which matched both our crime scenes.
What was the motive as to why she shot?
I'm not going to stand here and go off of speculation. We don't know that. We weren't in the room or the house when it happened. We go on facts, and the facts that are presented to us, we don't know that there is a motive. We do have indications, and this is through the digital downloads and us reviewing the digital downloads, is that there are indications of some mental illness involved with the case, which I'm not going to go into.
License to her, was she born or just give me a little bit more about what we know about this gun and what it really home of somebody.
So, as with anybody in the state of Florida, they're allowed to have a firearm. There is no exact record indicating that firearm belonged to Haley, but the residents and the family were prominent gun owners. Yes.
There were definitely other guns in the house.
Reporting on this, there were tons of rumors, some of them are really not verified, but that she was going door to door and asking for help. What have you been able to piece together about the time the first shooting happened and the time the shooting
So I'll let Captain McClellan come back up here and go through the actual timeline of her movements, but I will tell you that our records and we put out to the community, and the community did an outstanding job, and I want to thank the community for their understanding, their patience, and their support to us. They got us their Ring doorbell cameras, and we were able to really piece together a nice movement where she was moving, and when she was moving, when it started and when it ended. And everything that we know of right now, she ended up going up to one house and asking for help. The children were crying. Two of the children were crying, but it was also 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was raining. It was a little bit chilly outside, so you can compare those, and you have to take that in consideration when you're thinking about things. But I will let Captain McClellan go through when she left the house and then when we found her.
So we were able to locate Ring camera video, security surveillance video that showed, and you could hear her and the children going throughout the neighborhood. It started at 5:35 a.m. where we could see and hear the Haley and the children leaving the residence and then proceeding in a eastbound direction on West Saunders Street and West Heaver Street. And then there were several houses that caught her on either ring cam or security camera walking with the children. There was one point in a video that showed her walking up to a residence, which appeared to be knocking. She did speak to a person at the residence asking for help. And when the resident went to get their partner, as they returned, Haley and the children were gone. We were able to track Haley and the children from 5:35 a.m. to roughly 6:01 a.m. On security cameras and ring cameras. And then we also had a witness that did see her walking down the roadway at approximately 6:40 a.m. Prior to the actual shooting.
Ocean State Job Lot. Everything you need and everything you didn't know you needed.
What is this place? The magic faraway tree.
You don't think they could have gone to the woods and did?
The woods they said not to go in.
On August 21st.
Would you like to come and have a look?
Climb higher.
Sugary fruit punch.
Don't mind if I do. Got quite a kick to it.
Dream bigger. I just have this feeling that it might be just kind of amazing.
Buckle up. Just you wait.
The magic faraway tree. Rated PG.
Yeah, he was not at the residence. He was actually staying with a friend in the Lakeland area. And like I said before, when we came in contact with him in the afternoon of May 3rd, he cooperated fully. He came back to the police department. He gave us an interview, the detectives of the interview, and we talked to him, and he basically ran through the last couple days of his life and gave us some good information that then our detectives had to follow up on. And eventually, once we got through everything and we were able to verify everything, and we got his cell phone went and got downloaded, and we had to analyze that cell phone and track its movements and exactly where he was at. But eventually we were able to determine that he was actually in Lakeland, traveling back to Tampa. He was actually on I-4 heading back to Plant City at the exact time that she shot and killed her girls and herself. I'm sorry. She was staying with her at the house. Her mother resided in the St. Pete area, St. Pete Clearwater area, but she was in fact staying with Haley and the girls.
I know you said he was on his way back from Lakeland to Plain City, but I know I think the day before there was an incident before that. They had gotten into an argument the day before about him cheating on her and watching porn. So did he leave the day? Was he there the day before these murders happened?
It was kind of back and forth, and just to be transparent, there was actually the Plant City Police Department responded out there 3 different times, twice on Friday and once on Saturday. And it was Haley's mother was staying at the house. Haley was there. Jay was there and 3 girls were there. The first phone call where they were just having a verbal confrontation, a verbal argument, our officer showed up, that is on body-worn camera, and spoke to Haley and spoke to Jay on that day. There was no indication whatsoever. We asked several times. Nothing criminal involved, no violence involved. It was just an argument, and it was in fact surrounding some infidelity and some porn that she allegedly found on one of his cell phones or something of that magnitude. It wasn't cheating or anything like that. Evidently, it was just porn, and they were having an argument over that. And they do have religious beliefs in the family, so they were going through some issues related to the porn, and I think that's what everything stemmed from. And then we stood by while she gathered her belongings and left with her mother and her children. And then later on that afternoon on Friday, we were called because she thought that she had a tracking device in her car, and we went and she wanted us to check her car, and we didn't find any tracking devices in her car. And then her mother and her children ended up staying at a hotel Friday night. Saturday, we were called back out there because she wanted us just to stand by while her mother and her children went to the house to get some more clothing. And if I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Jay wasn't at the house when she went back to the house on Saturday. Again, there was no indication that there was anything criminal related, no physical violence involved whatsoever. And we stood by while she went inside, got her belongings, and then left. We do have evidence that after we did that, she actually met with Jay, and they had a conversation one-on-one at a local library. And it was her, Jay, her mother, and the 3 girls.
Did you ever refer to Jay that morning in a vest, or they refer to it as body armor? Can you talk about that?
Sure. So I believe it was Friday when this happened. It was Friday when this happened. So after we were there, and we came in contact with Jay. Again, Jay is a gun advocate. He does have several guns, and a little bit of a prepper, I guess you could say, for lack of a better term. And when we were there, he was under the impression, or had the impression, that we were going to come back, or the ATF was going to come back and raid his house because he had guns. Although they were all legal, he just had it in his mind that, hey, the police were just here, so they're going to come back and they're going to come in my house and they're going to find my guns and take my guns from me. So what he did was he went inside, he gathered his guns, and he did have a body armor, just a vest that you throw over. He didn't have anywhere else to put the body armor, so he was just carrying the guns out. And this is from him during his interview, and just kind of threw the vest over, put the guns in the trunk, threw the body armor in the trunk, and then took those to his friend's house.
Was there any history of substance abuse for either of them?
No indication, no ma'am.
One decision that I'm most proud of is definitely signing on to go back to school, fulfilling a dream I didn't realize I had. You can do this. It doesn't matter what is happening in your life. This is a doable thing.
Every interaction we have, Finn is involved in almost every single one of them, 99 point something %, and it's resolving over 7,000 without us touching it at all.
So our responsibility was not to reach the fastest conclusion. Our responsibility as a law enforcement agency was to reach the correct conclusion and the truthful conclusion. What Jay Dempsey and his attorney feel, they have every right to feel that way, but that's not the case. I'm not going to go into the length of time it took this incident for a murder-suicide where 2 children lost their lives and 2 adults lost their lives. It took us we're standing in front of you 3 months later.
Some French
I think that's
fries
pretty
and
good.
Celsius with some
Pretty fast. Taking into consideration the amount of evidence that we had to go through. So there were several pieces of evidence that we still had to go through. And I will tell you now that we were able to determine that Jay Dempsey wasn't physically on scene when Haley did this, but we also weren't able to exonerate him completely that he had some involvement in some way, shape, or form. So it took us a while for all of our digital evidence and DNA and everything to come back to paint that full picture for us. And like I said, I'm not in the game of trying to get information just to get information out and then having to stand in front of you guys again to backtrack. I'm not going to do that. I'm never going to do that. So I stand before you when I felt comfortable with what we had. Everything is accurate. Everything's the truth. It's final. We're done. And that's why I'm standing in front of you today.
Got to the door, he got to that. And she reaching out to him to say what she had done. And do you have any evidence to suggest that he was coming back to her?
I'm going to mix a quarter of each of these.
No.
Let's see how that tastes.
As a matter of fact, when we found her, they didn't have anything on them whatsoever, which is why it kind of took us a long time. We found, meaning Haley and the three girls. They didn't have any identification, cell phones, ID cards, driver's license. They didn't have anything on them whatsoever. It was just the gun. That was it. So she left the house with the gun and the girls, and that was it. Which played into account on why it took us so long to identify her and then backtrack to the house on Burton Street.
On the videos that you talked about today, school,
once we go through it and get everything finalized, and it's probably going to take at least a few days or a few weeks, but we're obviously going to release everything that we can.
I gave him a 3. I was just laughing at the pictures and stuff they were sending to me. Yeah, no, it's a chat. It's not associated to this. They're not even listening to this, and they don't know I'm listening to this. So it's just someone kind of sending me a message. You know, kind of like if you're at work or at school or at the playground or wherever. And someone sends you a message, they have no idea what your eyes are seeing, if you're listening to music. They might, depending.
And if there was a threat to the community,
but in
then I would have been standing on top of a mountain screaming.
If someone calls you or messages you, yeah, they don't necessarily hear or see everything else you're seeing and hearing. I'm not sure how that's hard for you to comprehend. Yeah, no, I wasn't laughing at the shooting of the children and suicide. Yeah, another murder-suicide. No, they wanted a 3. And now it's 111, so...
I can tell you that I've been in law enforcement for 34 years. I'm sorry, but it's kind of tough right now. You kind of hit me hard. I've been in law enforcement for 34 years. I was on that scene, and it was probably the worst scene that I've ever seen in my life. Our detectives had to live that. They've had to live that for the last 90 days. I had to call in a regional critical incident management team for both my police officers and the fire department from what they saw on scene and what they did on scene. I've done debriefings. I'm probably going to have to do another debriefing with my officers and with my detectives because they are what matters most to me. So it's been tough. It's been very, very tough. They've had to go back and watch time and time and time and time again the graphic photos of that crime scene and when our first 2 officers got there and what they saw and what they had to do. And these detectives that are sitting in here have had to watch that time and time again to make sure that we got this right. So to answer your question, it's absolutely heartbreaking. It's probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. She's good. I don't want to give any indications on where she's at or who she's with or whatnot, out of respect for both families. But she's in very good health.
They removed the guesswork with an all-in-one solution, complete with a direct-powered tool for faster, better results. So grab your drill and the wireless quick solutions kit and crush it.
She's with family.
I was gonna print some of those. I got the crinkle pie this time.
How long after this incident took place when you even get to the scene? How long was this time sitting there waiting for you guys?
From the, and correct me if I'm wrong, Captain, from the time of the shootings actually took place, we were able to determine at 6:57. And then our first officer on scene was about 50 minutes later. 50, yes. Yes. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for
Get a new Mahindra tractor with 0% financing for up to 96 months. This month only at Central Main Equipment and Motorsports. Plus, every new Mahindra includes a free 50-hour service, a $1,000 value. Mahindra, the world's #1 selling farm tractor, with a heavy-duty steel frame and more built-in weight so you can work safer and do more. See us in Winslow to check out the Mahindra lineup and test drive one today. Central Main Equipment and Motorsports and Mahindra, outworking the field.
It starts right where most things stop. This is where About Encore begins to speak. With the ones who truly get it. These moments don't need many words. About Encore rum, crafted with soul.
Alexa, what's the name of this?
This is Split Kick, live at Birdland, New York, 1954 by Art Blakey Quintet.
Split Kick. What, Art Blake? Okay, was it Art Blake? Alexa, what's the name of this?
This is Split Kick, live at Birdland, New York, 1954 by Art Blakey Quintet.